Get ready for those photos. Ian Dunn, former York City striker, is alongside me. Are you happy to be back at the LNR, Ian?
I am really happy to be back. I've had a good holiday, recharged, and I was listening in. I thought you, Mikey, was it Rich Brody? Scott Barrow, yes, fantastic listen. So, and of course the time difference made it a little bit tricky in the afternoon, but good listening. So yeah, I've enjoyed my holiday, but I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
For people who missed it earlier on, quickly your thoughts on the team news for York City?
Yeah, it's interesting to see where I'm interested to see how the midfield sets up with Boateng, Batty and Hunt. I'm not sure. They're all pretty similar, so unless Boateng gets released a little bit more, I'm not sure. But they're certainly a very strong physical midfield.
While you've been up there in the lounges, we've been given 2 presents here today.
I've just seen, yeah. Is it from?
Well, first of all, there's a bag of sweets.
Oh,
I'll rephrase that. There was a bag of sweets.
Oh. Were the nice ones? Was it Jelly Babies?
The Jelly Babies, yes. Off Carol and Phil, just behind us. So thank you to them. And Sarah Pullen's also been across to give us a pair of T-shirts. Do you recognise those 2 characters?
I've just seen it. Go on, name them.
Waldorf and Statler.
Is that where we are?
Apparently, yeah, the Muppet characters from the Muppet Show. They're sort of like 2 old grumpy men, though, aren't they?
They are, yeah. However, it's probably better than Right Said Fred. which has been labelled as before. So
thank you to everyone.
Yes.
If anyone wants to bring us any nice gifts in the future,
yes.
You shouldn't do. It's not allowed on BBC protocol, but we won't tell anybody.
No.
Right, York City have been turned around here. So they're going to be kicking off shooting towards the south stand in this first half in their red shirts, blue shorts and white socks. And I'm also told all sorts of issues outside with the car parks. Only one machine working. It's different now. You can't go into the shop, spend £5 and then come in. Lots of confused people, huge queues of people waiting to pay for their vehicles or pay for their parking. You now only get 4 hours as well on a match day, so people have been going for meals and then realising they're having to move their cars if they don't want to leave the football early. I've been told by 2 gentlemen about that today. So it is absolute chaos outside. Hopefully that has been sorted and gets sorted. We've also had a false start here as York City tried to go on the front foot directly from the kick-off, so they'll have a second opportunity to get this one right in a second once Alex Newby on this left-hand side's got back into his own half.
That looked like a set piece as well that had been worked on, and now they're not going to be able to do it. Oh no, they're still going to try it.
They're going to try. Boateng. He is playing in the more advanced role. Gives it to Kitchen. Kitchen comes forward on this left-hand side. He leaves it for Newby. Newby, poor pass in field looking for Hunt, and it's intercepted by the blue shirts. And then good tackle comes in on this near side on Olamola from Ash Palmer. Throw-in taken immediately by Baldwin. That's going to be the danger here today, I think, for Ash Palmer. There is a little bit of pace as Kitchen's fouled in the front 2 between Olamola and Obiero. Yeah. How will Ash Palmer deal with those 2?
That is one to watch, isn't it? But he reads the game so well, does Ash Palmer. It's just when the striker gets the run on him, he isn't going to get back into contention. So he's got to rely on his experience and his knowledge of the game and his positioning, which last week was excellent.
It was superb. His best performance so far, I thought. Rochdale for Ash Palmer. Maybe lots of those Wealdstone fans have been having issues outside with the parking, because in the last couple of minutes there's a good 30 or 40 more of them coming, and that block is virtually full at that far end of the ground.
I'm surprised to see so many fans from Wealdstone here. So yeah, fair play to them. They made the journey up north, and I hope they have a good afternoon, but just not a good result.
I think Harrogate Town may well have scored already in the opening stages. Colchester 1-0 to Harrogate Town. Stephen Duke McKenna with the early goal for Simon Weaver's side. They are such a strange side at Harrogate Town, so inconsistent, and pull wins were out of the bag whenever they seem to need them, almost at will, and then go and lose some of the games where you think they're on a bit of a run. But they've got an early goal today at Colchester United, as there's a foul on that far side by Dan Batty on number 14 Micah Obiero. Free kick for Wealdstone in a dangerous position, left hand side, about 35 yards from goal.
Yes, that was it's a little bit. Everything seemed to go into slow motion just there for the free kick. I don't know if City just maybe lost a little bit of concentration.
Yeah, that's one of those that later in the game Dan Batty probably gets a yellow card for.
Yeah, it is. That's how crazy football can be, especially when you're dishing out the cards. We've had it ourselves, haven't we? Where you think, well,
it's not a bad tackle, but it's breaking up the play.
But in the 65th minute, it's a yellow card.
It is. Right. Looks to me as though they may have a shot at goal here. Oh no, it's just dinked into the back post. One in the air by Wealdstone, falls to a blue shirt as well. City struggling to get it clear. Shot comes in, blocked then by Boateng, loops up into the air. Harrison Mel gets 2 fists to it and manages to clear his penalty area, and it comes out to Shakuna. He'll put a ball into the York City box. This time it's Kitching that heads clear, and City with everyone back behind the ball, so the blue shirts are going to retrieve it, and it's going to come back again from that left hand side into the penalty area now. High lofted ball. This time it's much more easy for the York City goalkeeper Harrison Mel to gather. It stays 0-0. We've played virtually 3 minutes. Bowled out to Kitchen then on the left. He comes over halfway with Sam Cox, the Wealdstone manager, shouting at his players. They've let Kitchen run an awful long way, all the way up to the edge of the penalty area here. Lays it off to Newby on the left hand side. Newby's got 2 men up against him, trying to get past Bodwine. Goes off Bodwine last, and he manages to stop it from going out for a corner kick. Instead it goes out for a throw in by the corner flag.
Wealdstone seemed really happy to let Kitchen run at them then, and you know, he was eating up the yards. He was in his own half initially and ended up almost on the 18-yard line, so I'm happy with that, because it means City, you know, they can get forward quite quickly.
Throw in by Kitchen to Boateng. Kitchen skips past his man. Edge to the opposite area to Newby. Newby gets past 2 men, takes it to the byline in the penalty area, tries to dink it in, appeals for handballs. It comes off the chest of the defender, and that's easy for Dante Baptiste. Been at the club for 3 years now as Dante Baptiste, but never regularly until this season been a starter for Wealdstone.
Really good play from Alex Newby there, though. He went past the Wealdstone defence as if he weren't there.
And Boateng again, that's another one of those challenges that I don't think that should be a yellow card, but possibly later in the game, as the defenders played that down the line. He slid in late on him. The referee gives the free kick immediately. Later in the game, Boateng gets a yellow card, but because we're only 4 minutes in, he doesn't. Of course, 1 yellow card today for Boateng would mean he had a 1-game ban. The yellow card he picked up last week, they are competition specific at this stage of the year. Kitchen should have been penalised there for a pull on the striker Olamola. He doesn't. He isn't. And in fact, it goes behind off for York City man Ash Palmer, who's dragged out of position. First corner kick of the game goes to the away team, who've started on the front foot, Ian. Yeah,
they have. But one thing and you've probably noticed as well, it has been pretty hectic, so we haven't been able to speak about the setup, but it looks to me like Boateng's playing on sort of left attacking midfield, so high up on the left.
As we predicted in the pre-match.
Yeah.
In the pre-match show.
Yes, you've got that right, but I would never have seen him there. So Stuart Maynard and Gary Elphick and the team have obviously seen something that he can maybe bring something different to the team.
Shakuna is going to take the corner kick then, going to be an outswing. If you missed it, Ange Postecoglou sacked as Nottingham Forest manager after their defeat today at home to Chelsea. The linesman, for whatever reason, it's well within the quadrant, wasn't happy with where the ball was there, so he makes Shakuna move it. Now they go short along the byline, gets it back Shakuna, edge of the box, free shot. Oh, he's completely missed his kick there as the big front man, Olamola. What a chance. There was no one closing him down. Did a free shot goal, and now he's dragged across goal. Again, so close to opening the scoring from this right-hand side. City not picking up their men all over the place from that corner kick. 0-0.
Yeah, again, it seemed like, I don't know if it's just me, David, it seemed like to happen in slow motion. The ball was rolled in from the corner flag into the near stick. And from that moment on, City just didn't seem to get to grips with what Wealdstone were attempting to do, which was basically get that into the near post and pass it back to the kicker, who was then going to put it into the box. It's, just maybe concentration levels need to improve. Oh, Ollie Pearce is in here.
Ball downfield, he's not. The keeper gets there first, he was almost in. That was a bit of a mess as well at the back from Wealdstone. He's huffed that clear as the goalkeeper, when Fagan Walcott has it on the far side for York City. Now it is Hunt. 0-0, BBC Radio York. Both teams looking as like they want to attack here this afternoon. Boateng sends it out to this left-hand side to Kitchen. Kitchen comes in field. Should say happy birthday to the York City manager as well. Stuart Maynard down there. Robbie Savage's birthday as well today. Maybe you need to be born on this day to be a manager in the National League. Felix in field to Fagan Walcott, who's pushed forward. He gives it to Gray for a first touch. Felix gets it back in field, and then he overhits his pass through to Fagan Walcott, who continued his run forward, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, really good football from City, from the back to the front, swift to feet passing, and just Joe Felix got a 3 Weetabix this morning. I think he just got too heavy-footed with the pass into Malachi Fagan Walcott. But good signs from City on the attack.
Cleared by the goalkeeper once more, downfield, and it's going to be picked up by the big number 8, Dylan Kadji, in the centre of the field for Wealdstone. They send it down that right-hand side, where Joe Felix meets them. And all he can do there is run it into touch for a throw in front of the 1.5 empty blocks of the West Stand on that far side of the field.
You can hear the Wealdstone fans getting behind their team. It's interesting that Wealdstone decided to shoot towards their fans in the first half.
Was it that, or they didn't want York City shooting towards their fans in the second half?
Exactly that, I think, yeah.
Long throw into the York City penalty area. Good headed clearance by Fagan Walcott, and then Felix manages to get rid of it down the line, but it's coming back again. Blue shirts again picking up the loose ball on the edge of the box, and is allowed to turn on the edge of the box. There's Obiero, but he can't direct it towards goal, and it goes just wide of goal. So 0-0. You're listening to York City versus Wealdstone on BBC Radio York. Hopefully all our equipment is working this afternoon, and you're getting a decent signal, hearing us loud and clear. If you're listening in the ground on one of the headsets that the football club provide. City playing it around the back, but Batty under pressure. There's the pass from Palmer.
Done brilliant there, Batty. Absolutely brilliant, because he was under intense pressure.
Hunt sends it forward down that right hand side, looking for Gray. Gray's got round the back. Can he bring it under control as it's bouncing away from him? Defender gets in there, Chinedu, and he puts it into touch, and it's a throw in to Wealdstone halfway inside their own half, far side of the field.
It's interesting seeing Stuart Maynard. What the ball's being passed around inside that 18-yard box, and Batty basically pulled City out of the mire. But I think Stuart Maynard was impressed with that. He wants his players to be brave and to take those chances, but you've got to get it right. If you get it wrong, it's a real egg on face moment.
And he will tell you the positives outweigh the negatives as Boateng finds Pearce. He sends it first time to this left-hand side to Newby. Newby can get there, needs someone to help him out. Gets past his man easily, can't get the cross in though. We're still going to find Pearce as he scuffs it. Pearce is allowed to turn into the middle, cleared inside the 6-yard box by Wealdstone, and then it's nicked off a Wealdstone man. Newby got the last touch, it goes behind for a goal kick. Still 0-0, but again, you feel as though there are going to be goals in this game.
You do, both sides. It's polar opposite of last week, isn't it? Both sides have got that attacking intention, that attacking mindset. I think Ollie Pearce did ever so well there for Newby, because Newby he didn't get a good crossing. Ollie Pearce made a bad ball into a good one there, just through sheer effort.
Baptiste then clears. We've got two relatively small goalkeepers today, because Baptiste isn't the biggest, is he, alongside Harrison Mill. In fact, Harrison Mill is probably slightly taller than the Wealdstone goalkeeper. And Mail in his all-purple kit today. I wonder why he's in the all-purple against the dark blue of Wealdstone. It's an interesting colour choice.
9 games? Maybe?
I'm not sure about that. They have it at the back.
It's very similar, isn't it?
It is very similar. Into midfield it goes. They've gone to a back four as well of Wealdstone. We're expecting them to be 3 centre-backs and match up York City, but they've clearly at the minute here gone to a back four as Baldwin pushes up on this right-hand side. Now down the left-hand side. Good tackle comes in on Chinedu. He's on loan from Leyton Orient. Didn't play last week in the FA Cup victory that they had over Whitstable. 5-1 win for Wealdstone that's taken them through to the first round. They got Southend, home to Southend in the first round, which I won't exactly say is a glamour tie for either side, but it gives both of them a decent chance of getting through to the second round. Well played by Boateng to win that ball back for York City. He gives it to Gray. Felix provides the overlapping run and he finds him. Felix first time crossing. It's pulled over from Joe Felix. Goes behind the goal. 0-0. Sort of crosses he was putting on a sixpence last season.
Yeah, that's two opportunities, I'd say, in this opening sort of 11-12 minutes where Joe Felix just got his final ball wrong. But he's getting into some great positions, and you just got to keep banging at the door.
Super Joe Felix.
Yeah. Fantastic player.
Playing out from the back of Wealdstone. Across the left hand side it goes. Chinedu down the line to Kadji. He comes in field, then loses possession. York City, that's sloppy from Fagan Walcott. And they have it again to the away side. Chikuna sends it out to the left hand side once more. Tienzia, he'll come in field and try and get a cross in, and it comes now, free header, and it's over the bar from Olamola, only 8 yards out. He puts his hands towards his head. He thinks he should have done better. He probably should. On another day, York City could have conceded 2, possibly 3 goals in the opening. How many minutes we played here? 12
minutes in. Yeah, City
equaliser for Colchester in League 2 on DAB 1-1 against Harrogate Town.
City just feeling their way into the match, I think. But
That is the one issue, though, with this system, isn't it? City do feel so much more open this season under Maynard than they ever did under Hinchelwood.
I think what was playing out from the back.
Well, no, just in general with the three centre-backs. Sides are creating lots more opportunities to score, good opportunities, than they ever did before.
I just wonder if Stuart Maynard is trusting his players to
This is good from Gray, sorry, Ian, as he runs through and he can't find Pearce, but he's fouled, is he? The referee allows it to go on. Newby won't get there. He's going to have to pull it back, and he does pull it back. Well played, the referee. He tried to play advantage. Now he's pulled it back, and he also wants to have a word, and he's getting the yellow card out. Well, the Wealdstone man is going to be Cooks. It was late in the just the edge of the centre circle, and the Wealdstone man knows as well. And to be honest, to be fair to him, he doesn't argue, he just nods at the referee.
I think the referee's got that absolutely spot on, and even to try and let the game play on as well.
No, he definitely, the fact that he actually Kedgie before had a bit of a nibble at him as well and missed.
Yeah,
it's not the greatest challenge yet. That's a good decision by the referee. It was Conor McAvoy who's got the yellow card. Free kick then, Alex Hunt inside the centre circle, right in the centre of the field. Dinks it towards that right hand side of the penalty area. Palmer tries to win the header, he's beaten in the air. Comes off the Wealdstone man, and then they just hack it clear before he would go out for a corner kick for a York City throw in, far side of the ground that Joe Felix runs across to take it. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Back it goes to Palmer on halfway. Palmer to Hunt. Hunt tries to feed it through to Pearce. He can't find him. The blue shirts get there first, and Kitchen sweeps up again for City at the back to Batty on the right hand side. He gives it to Fagan Walcott. 0-0 BBC Radio York, coming up to a quarter of an hour gone in this National League fixture. Round the corner it goes from Gray, looking for Fagan Walcott, who'll keep it in by the byline. He wins York City a corner kick.
Good play from York City, really good play down that right hand side. And Fagan Walcott really getting forward, doesn't he? For that third centre half, seems to have the freedom to roam. Again, Stuart Maynard trusting them to get forward, get involved in the attack. And you can hear the crowd, they can sense something. It does feel like there's a goal coming. The problem is you don't know which end.
Not sure. Exactly, yeah. But you're right, it does feel as though there's going to be a goal in the not too distant future. Alex Hunt is on this corner, which again in itself is interesting with Batty and Boateng on the field. He raises his left arm, drills it to the edge of the box straight to a blue shirt. And they head clear. It's going to be picked up by Newby. Newby to Fagan Walcott. Fagan Walcott round the corner to Batty, who stays on side. Gets it on his left foot, puts the cross into the middle. Headed clear, free header clear again by Wealdstone. And absolutely belted forward by Omar Musa.
Have it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was from the former Torquay man. He's from Burundi. Burundi. Ian, any idea where that is?
Burundi, isn't that one of the... Do you know? Is it a Caribbean?
Is it north or south of the equator, Ian?
Oh, definitely north. Or south. Who knows?
Feel free to pile in on Ian Dunn to correct him.
There is a song called Burundi Blues, but I'm sure you know who sings that.
We're not talking music, we're talking geography. City being robbed into the area. Hunt, and he's blasted over the bar. What a miss again.
That's a chance.
It's a massive, massive chance. Hunt caught right on the edge of his own box, trying to play out, and he was caught. And I'm just trying to see who it was. Was it Shakuna who's blasted it over the bar, or was it Olamola? What a chance. It's still 0-0.
That is a big chance. That's probably the best chance, actually, because he's centre of the penalty area, straight at the goal, and he's wildly put it over the bar.
Just trying to see who it was now. The ball, he gets it off Fagan Walcott. Hunt turns, leaves the ball, doesn't check if there's anyone there, and thankfully for him, it's Omar Musa, the defensive midfielder, who's possibly not used to being in those positions, has a free shot of goal from the edge of the area, just Harrison Mail to beat, and he blasts it well over the bar.
Burundi's Africa, East Africa.
It is. You've looked, you've cheated.
Well, so have you.
I haven't, I know. It's just south of Rwanda. So it's south of the equator.
Is it north or south of the equator?
South of the equator, Ian. So you get 0 points for today's edition. And that's
terrible.
One for you, Ian Dunn bingo card lovers.
Let's bring north to south back.
I know someone else would love that to happen. I think he'll probably be sitting behind the goal somewhere over there in the south stand. City knocking it around nicely this time at the back as they find Fagan Walcott. Forward it goes. Left though, Ollie Pearce can't get there. And now it's won back by Joe Felix for York City. Joe Felix gives it to Pearce. They're getting men back at Wealdstone. Back to Felix on the right hand side. Tries to put a cross in. It's blocked by the defender Woodman. He does well. Into touch it goes for a throw into York City halfway inside the Wealdstone half. Throw in taken quickly by Felix. Down the right hand side, he gets the ball back. He puts the cross into the box. Woodman misses it. Left the edge here. Free shot. Newby. Oh, he scuffs it. Down Kitchen. Good save by the goalkeeper diving away to his right hand side. Newby missed his shot. Kitchen struck it well. Goalkeeper saw it late and got a good strong right hand to it to push it behind for a York City corner.
Yeah, real good attacking football from York City, and two sort of half chances in there. You know, Kitchen did catch that well. Credit to the keeper. Sometimes they come up trumps, but good play from York City.
Boateng going to be taking the corner from this side.
Kitchen hit it so well. I thought the keeper had got a bit chocolate hands about him, but he did enough to keep the ball out of the net.
There's another one for you. And it comes now. Deep. Fagan Walcott wins a header. Comes off a Wealdstone man. They haven't cleared it yet. Kitchen lays it off to the edge of the area. Gray back to Boateng. He'll put a deep cross into the middle now.
Yeah!
Fagan Walcott! Oh!
Daytimes on BBC Radio York.
I'd love Stacey Solomon to come and sort my life out.
That'd be amazing. She'd sort my brain out as well. Do you know? It's 2 for 1.
Beck Homer.
Moving house as well, it's been like boxes and boxes to sort through. I'm just like, why have I kept that pair of giant glasses?
Yeah.
Joanita Musisi.
Do you know what I'm thinking about? The cowboy hats that I've got in my cupboard.
Different random
what do I need
things.
them for?
Yeah, well, you never know when you're going to need a cowboy hat, Joe.
Weekdays from 10. Daytimes on BBC Radio York. Georgie Spanswick at breakfast.
Have you had anything odd stolen? Declan's been going on about this. He had his wheelie bin nicked. Do we have any idea who might have stolen your bin?
Literally no clue.
Distinguishing marks on the bin? Is there anything that you can identify it by?
The wheels were falling off.
I'm beginning to get quite upset with Declan.
Oh, really?
You've got to have common sense with these things. You have got to have the number of your property on it.
Oh.
Well, this is no good after the fact, is it?
Has your bin got a number on it?
Oh, it has. Gold letters.
Oh, gold letters!
Georgie Spanswick at breakfast. Weekdays from 6. Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio York.
Okay, BBC Radio York, we can now reconnect you with York City against Wealdstone and David Ward and Ian Dunn.
Apologies, I think the excitement took us off air there. Malachi Fagan Walcott giving York City the lead with a header from a good cross in from this near side. He got in front of his man and headed it off the inside of the post from around 8 yards. The goalkeeper had absolutely no chance. So York City have taken the lead. We said this game was promising goals, and we have the early goal that York City desperately craved. Fagan Walcott with his 3rd goal of the season. The ball in the centre circle, good tackle from Boateng, goes all the way back through to Harrison Mail. Your thoughts on the goal, Ian Dunn?
Brilliant cross in. Malachi Fagan Walcott, he just wasn't going to miss the opportunity, but it did feel like City were building up to something. You had that expectation, but the cross in was fantastic.
And almost missed by the defender over that far side. Felix just can't keep it in play. Into touch it goes for a throw in the left back position. So York City 1, Wealdstone 0.
The lights have just come on.
The floodlights have just come on to slightly ironic cheers from some of the crowd around us. And the York City substitutes have taken that signal to go and start doing some warming up exercises. Callum Howe, Ryan Farfield, Josh Stones and Ollie Banks. A very, very experienced York City substitutes bench that for 3 of those players anyway.
It looks a strong bench, doesn't you? Look at the team, then you got a bench like that ready to come
that's
on.
a poor tackle from Boateng. Then he's taken his man out. He may come back and get booked in a second. Boateng edge of the area. Look at the space here for the Wealdstone man, and his control completely let him down. Was that Muster again? No, it's not. That was Obiero.
Yeah.
City are all over the place defensively.
Too much space on the edge of the box, really. It's so wide open down the middle, and we've got our 3 there. There's 3 centre backs in there, so it's something for City to look at, certainly, and try and tighten up. Thankfully, Wealdstone haven't been very efficient in our 18-yard box, otherwise it could be a different story. But it's a great goal from City. City have definitely played well the last 5-10 minutes, and that ball into Fagan Walcott met
McAvoy. Boateng's fouled his man again here. He doesn't like it, Maynard. He runs to the 4th official in a sort of threatening way and then apologises for running straight at him beneath us, doesn't he? Did you see that?
Yeah.
He looks like Alexander Zinchenko, the fourth official.
He does. He really good spot. He really does. Yeah. But Stuart Maynard, you're right. He turned and didn't realise it. He was
right
so close to him.
He
Yeah.
was right in his face, and then had to apologise before he could make his point.
Yeah.
Wealdstone have it at the back. Woodman to this near side to McAvoy. McAvoy goes back to his goalkeeper, Baptiste, who's just loitering on the edge of his area. Baptiste gives it back to McAvoy, the former Fulham defender. He goes into midfield for the stocky Shikuna. He lays it off to Kadji to the left hand side. He'll come forward down that line. Kadji goes for the return ball. Can he keep it in play? He can. He plays it off Dan Batty as he puts the cross in for a corner kick. Second corner this time to Wealdstone. So 2 corners apiece.
Dan Batty followed his runner really well there and got into a good position to stop the ball getting into the York City 6-yard box.
There are huge concerns though in this first. I know City are leading, but they've been cut apart here by Wealdstone.
There's been, Wealdstone, if it had been a more efficient team, more effective team in their attacking lineup,
2 or 3
City
goals
could
down.
be having a bit of a problem here. Yeah, it's something to certainly polish up on.
So corner kick from the far side. Shikuna, poor corner, missed at the near post, cleared by Ollie Pearce. He scuffed it along the ground, unless it was a planned move that went badly wrong. He didn't get a decent connection on that. And York City win it back through Felix out of the field, and he shoots from inside his own half. And the goalkeeper has to let it go over his head because he was outside his penalty area, but it just wasn't on target. Joe Felix almost scoring from within inside his own half.
That would have been absolutely unbelievable. That would have been a proper goal of the season. Just wide, maybe a good
5 yards wide in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an effort from Joe Felix. Good vision.
Yeah, he had a picture in his mind, didn't he? He knew where the keeper roughly was, and that he was the last man. We can maybe have a go at him and say he should hit the target from there, but
well, maybe that is a fair point. He only has 1 go there, doesn't he? He's dragged it well wide of goal. Actually, it's got 10 yards wide of goal in the end. The blue shirts have it once more. They're dominating possession here as well at Wealdstone. But there's only one stat that really matters.
Yeah, York City have got it.
And York City have the goal.
Listen, to be fair to Wealdstone, they haven't come here to defend and hang on to a 0-0.
Most definitely not.
They've come and had a go, which is brilliant to see, and it makes for a good entertainment. Yes, they could have done better in front of goal, but they haven't. City have, and that's why City are leading 1-0.
And it's Stuart Maynard that's having to talk to his backroom staff down there as they try and work out what to do to try and shore things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Throw in down the line. Batty gets his foot on it. Kitchen, he's beaten to it. Little back heel from Olamola, and the blue shirts keep it. Obiero in the centre. He's got runners off him. Gives it to Shikuna. He goes back and he gives away possession back in his own half to Gray. City now on the break. What was Shikuna thinking? Gray in the centre of the field. Gets past his man once. The edge of the area. Good tackle comes on him. It falls kindly though to Felix. Felix puts it deep across in the box. Free header. Ollie should have scored. Yeah. Pearce bundles it home. Ollie should have scored with the header. The goalkeeper couldn't keep it out. He possibly should have caught it. And there was Pearce just a tap beyond the line. York City lead by 2-0. Quite a staggering scoreline, really, from what we've seen so far. But we'll take it. York City 2, Wealdstone 0.
Well, I think the fact Wealdstone have come and had a go actually has hindered them defensively. I know you don't want them to shut up shop, but they've been open themselves and they've been cut open on that occasion there, absolutely beautifully by Joe Felix. A lovely crossfield ball, and Newby he did everything right. Newby, he gave it a chance. He headed it back across the goal. The keeper could only parry it. And who do you want in that 6-yard box to tap the ball into the back of the net? Nothing other than Ollie Pearce. Fantastic.
What was Shikuna doing on halfway to play it back and to rest of York City player blind?
Yeah, and that's, maybe overplaying, overconfident. He's just got it absolutely wrong, and he's put his team on the back foot. But from that moment onwards, there was a lot of work to do for York City and Joe Felix. I think was it Newby as well was involved. Good team goal, fantastic. Ollie Pearce benefiting from Newby's header down across goal.
Interesting that Wealdstone travelled up this morning. I think it's at 8:30 from North London. We were speaking to Stuart Maynard about that, and he says they would never have an overnight stay. When he was there, he didn't encourage overnight stays because it would have been so different from a team at that time that were part-time to going and doing something different. It could completely knock them out of kilter. So he said it's the right decision for them to travel to games on the day of the game.
Yeah, and he's right. I mean, they've played well, but we think York City have been open at times, but so have Wealdstone, and they've been cut open twice now. 2 really good goals.
Goalkeeper right hand side of his area, down the middle it goes. Flicks him off Alex Newby, and that'll be a Wealdstone throw-in on halfway. Baldwin takes it to Olamola. Down the left-hand side, looking for Kadji. City win it back. Pierce to Felix. Hunt, who'd burst forward, wanted it first time, but he ran offside. He finds Fagan Walcott instead. Now it's to Alex Hunt on the right-hand side, but he's not going to get there in front of Kadji, who does really well to come back and help out his defence.
There's just been a couple of times. Football's about ability, work rate, and a little bit of luck, but also decisions. And Joe Felix, a couple of his decisions, it wasn't the goal there, but a couple of his decisions, his passing, could have been a bit better, I think, in fairness. And if you'd just seen Alex Hunt that fraction of a second earlier, he was in on goal.
Batty to Gray. Gray runs at the defence once more, runs into a brick wall though on the left-hand side of Woodman, and the blue shirts have it. In the middle it comes. Olamola, Obiero, Olamola. Now to this right-hand side to McAvoy. McAvoy to Baldwin, former Notts County man. Baldwin gets it back off Obiero. Into midfield to Musa, and he sends it across the left-hand side once more. And they'll start again. Chinedu, back to Woodman. Woodman in the centre of the field, just outside the centre circle. Gives it to Baptiste. Look how far out of his penalty area Baptiste is every time. That shot from halfway is going to be on again here at some point.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, you'll have an eye on it.
Oh, and there's a little nudge in the back there from Obiero on Ash Palmer. York City get the free kick. The goalkeeper is told by his manager Cox that he should have held on to that for a little bit longer before going long down the centre of the field, and it remains York City 2, Wealdstone 0 after 29 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, what more would you want? It's yes, Wealdstone have had a couple of opportunities. They didn't take them, but City have had to work hard in this opening half hour of football, and they've scored 2 fantastic goals. Little bit of good fortune with the second one, the keeper spilling it, but you make your own luck sometimes, and City have certainly earned that goal. But they're playing some good football, and it's refreshing to see both teams having a go at each other as well.
Felix gets a cross in on the right hand side. Pierce goes to ground looking for a penalty. There's nothing at all happening there. Baldwin's made a mess of that though, and he goes out for a throw in right by the corner flag for York City.
Yeah, they look rocked at the back. Defensively, they look panicky. I think every time City come at them, they look a little bit worrying. And I think it was the lad Chinedu, who set up the second goal essentially with a bit of real slack play in the middle of the park. He set the nerves jangling in the Wealdstone defence.
Kitchen, not the greatest touch, wasn't the greatest ball back to him actually from Hunt. And the blue shirts have it again at the back. Run through some latest National League scores for you in just a second. Long ball downfield, Palmer does well to backtrack, and cushions a header to Batty. Gets it back, does Palmer. Palmer now to Newby. Newby back to Palmer. And Palmer thinks about going back to his goalkeeper, thinks better of it, gives it to Newby. Now Batty. Kitchen, Palmer, City knocking it around nicely at the back. Kitchen around the corner, and then he gives away possession, does Kitchen, but City do win it back immediately. Batty has it in his own penalty area, and Hunt, there's a big space now in the centre of the field for City to move it forward. Maynard tells him to come forward. Hunt's travelled 40 yards with the ball, he's still got it, running towards the edge of the box. Everyone backs off him, he goes wide right. Felix, he'll put a cross in. Good defending on the edge of the 6-yard box on that left hand side. York City have a throw in. Latest scores then, where there are goals: Altrincham 0, Woking 1. Parkinson under real pressure at Altrincham as things stand. Morecambe 0, Southend 1. Rochdale 2, Yeovil 0. And of course York City 2, Wealdstone 0. They're the goals so far this afternoon in the National League. Early kick-off, it finished Solihull 2, Braintree 0. City have it at the back with Kitchen. Now to Palmer, just past the half-hour mark on BBC Radio York. Hunt into midfield to Boateng. Boateng's able to turn. Look at the space again for him to turn and run into. Tries to thread it through, and he manages to Gray around the back. Gray tackles comes in. Is that going to be a penalty? He goes to ground looking for the penalty. Nothing given. The ball went away. I'm not sure. There were no real appeals from any of the York City players or Gray. I think the tackles come in. I think it was a fair tackle, and he just caught the man as well.
Right.
Hunt. Boateng. Pierce takes on the shot. It's blocked by Woodman. And now the break is on here for Wealdstone. 2 against 2 if they can play it well. That's a terrible pass forward. Kitchen's there to win it back for York City.
I think on reflection, David, you might be right. You'll see it again on the screen. I didn't know if it was a trailing leg that caught Gray, but he's not argued too much. But it looked like a trailing leg had caught him.
He's got full contact on the ball. Then
right.
You can't. It's greasy surface. You can't help.
You could do. Fair enough.
Been some sort of contact, can you? So
I think
not
right,
a penalty.
You could tell by the reaction of the City players. No one was screaming for it. So yeah, fair play, referee. Well done again.
Mail has it at the back for City.
Good play from City again.
Down the centre it goes, looking for Pearce. Woodman beats him to it in the air. Felix back to Fagan Walcott. He's got a few family. I imagine they're family members here today. Ollie Pearce, our family or friends, and I saw the list of the people that were dining behind us earlier on.
I think there's a few family and friends there.
This is Dad. Have you seen his dad?
I haven't actually, not yet. No, it's very busy up there.
If he's not, I'm sure he's listening. So afternoon to Mr. Pearce. He clears as the goalkeeper. Fagan Walcott wins that header. Batty big up and under all the way back once more to Harrison Mail. York 2, Wealdstone 0. 33 minutes gone on BBC Radio York. Mail on the edge of his area. Just chips it into midfield where it's picked up by Pearce. He lays it off to Boateng. Return ball down the front, down the centre. Hunt just can't get there. Woodman is there. And it's played back to his goalkeeper. By number 15, it's Chinedu. Back once more to Baptiste. He sends it forward, one in the air by Kitchen. Batty. Boateng couldn't get there. Downfield it goes once more. Ash Palmer heads clear. Our next football after today, Tuesday night, York City back here against Boreham Wood in National League action. Scarborough Athletic, big game for them as well, at the top of National North. They're away to South Shields. Coverage of both of those games on Tuesday evening on BBC Radio York. Kitchen to Palmer. Batty. Round the corner it goes to Harrison Mail. He will lay it off to Fagan Walcott to come forward down the right hand side. No one again shows much interest in closing Malachi down, so he lays it off once he gets over halfway to Gray. Gray comes infield to Felix. Next to Fagan Walcott, was in round the back again on the right hand side. Flag stays down, pulls it back into the middle. As he hurt himself, he's pulled his hamstring.
Has he?
Has he pulled his hamstring?
No, I just pulled his ego.
What's what happened there then? He hobbled off as if he'd hurt himself as he got the cross completely wrong.
He just got the cross wrong. Yeah, it was lovely football. The build-up play from York City was absolutely to perfection almost there. And I think Malachi the ball was behind him as he tried to cross it and sort of scooped it. Got no possession of the ball and straight into the keeper's hands, but great approach play from City.
He did that little hop up, didn't he, that they do when they're sort of like going to grab the back of their hamstring. So yeah, that's what fooled me, I think. Oh yeah, he thought the ball was going to go dead. It wasn't actually. His Wealdstone come forward, through on goal, put in, but the red flag goes up. So that won't count. Again, the cut through York City really easily there. Yeah. And he tried the little back heel to keep it in play when he could have just put a normal cross in.
Yeah. Or even have a touch, maybe.
Offside? Very close. I'm going to watch the replay in a minute when it comes up on the stream. City might have got away with one there. It's a free kick right on the edge of their own penalty area that Mail will take in a second. All this is giving me time to keep an eye on the monitor. As City come forward, there's a foul in the middle as well. Fed through. I don't know. Maybe it was just because there's no arguments in the Wealdstone players. That was tight.
Yeah. Again, you can always tell by the players' reactions if there's no real, if there's no doubt, they scream and shout at the referee.
McAvoy at the back for the away team. Back to Baptiste. Baptiste, he wants movement in front of him, has to go back out to McAvoy on this right hand side. In front of us, he's sent forward to Shakuna again. He takes his eye off the ball. Kitchen's able to nick it back for York City, but he puts it into touch. Throw in the right back position for McAvoy. Down the line it goes. Kitchen wins the header. Pearce will get there. He nods it infield to Batty. Batty can spend it out to the right hand side to Felix. He's got Gray in front of him and he uses him just outside the penalty area. He thinks about pulling the first time cross in, instead puts it back to Felix. Felix lays it off to Hunt. The cross will come in a second. Hunt to Felix, back heel to Hunt in the box. And that's a wasted opportunity for York as the away side clear. Fagan Walcott to Batty near halfway. Back out to Gray. Gray at walking football pace, gives it to Felix. Now he lifts it over to Gray. Gray's in round the back once more on that right hand side. Cross into the box. Oh, goalkeeper misses it. He should have claimed it first time. He dropped it. It spun away from him. No one could get there in a red shirt before he's allowed to drop on it and claim.
It's really good football from City again, though. It's an attacking force today. They've been really threatening most of this first half.
The sponsors have just got up from their seats en masse to head to the lounge, and I think they might come from off the day out than watching the football, Ian. What do you reckon?
A bit early, gone a bit early, guys.
It's only 37 minutes
there's more
gone.
to be had. But
There's no queue at the bar they're going to.
The hospitality up there is very nice, so they'll be, they're probably looking forward to it.
The Wealdstone goalkeeper has it once more. They're in danger of missing. If you leave any second early today at half-time or in the second half, as things stand, you're in danger of missing something.
Yeah, this feels like one of those games that anything can happen at either end. I think City have had the majority of the better chances now, on reflection, after that first 10 minutes. I think City have probably taken on...
It's that old-style football that we used to call hinge ball.
Yes.
Musa. Back to Baptiste. Baptiste, that's a nice ball from the goalkeeper to the left-hand side. And he picks out Chinedu. Chinedu bursts forward. Gray can't get there. Felix can't either. Chinedu down the left-hand side. It falls nicely over there to Tiencia. Into the box it comes. Batty's there, right place, right time, and he's able to clear as far as Felix, who turns away from his man. And then he can send it forward to Pearce, who's forced wide right. Pearce has to go back to Gray. Wealdstone then get everyone back behind the ball. And City start again at the back with Batty. Batty to Palmer. Palmer goes back to Harrison Mail. City 2, Wealdstone 0. 38 and a half minutes gone here on BBC Radio York. Hunt. Kitchen comes in field and now carries the ball to the right hand side of the field. Gives it to Gray. Gray leaves it and lays it off to Fagan Walcott. Batty forward to Gray. There's spaces all over the pitch here for both sides.
Yeah,
Batty, tackle comes in, now huge gaps as they win it back. On the left hand side, Olamola runs into the penalty area, takes on the shot, blocked by Fagan Walcott, and goes the right side of the corner flag as far as York City are concerned for a Wealdstone throw in. And who's this who's on his haunches? It's Dan Batty on halfway.
Yeah, he just got caught on the follow through of a tackle, I think there. Nothing intended, but yeah, a little niggle for Dan Batty there. He'll be fine, I'm sure, when it comes back.
So throw in to the visitors. We've already seen they've got a long throw that Tiencia has gone across to take. In fact, it's Chinedu, isn't it, I think? Yeah, 15. Chinedu has gone across to take, the big centre-back. York have got everyone back in their own penalty area for this throw-in. In it comes now. That's just a loopy one to the edge of the box. One in the air by Fagan Walcott. That's a waste. Cleared as far as a blue shirt on the edge of the area. Shot comes in. It's blocked by Kitchen again. They get another free shot. No one's closed down his man there. Shakuna. That's blocked eventually. And now City win it back through Boateng. He can give it to Ollie on this left-hand side. Can he get past his man? Ollie needs to spread it. He's still got it. And now he does, dinks it across, but he's going to be offside there, is Gray. So he has to let it go, and it's going to go into touch on the far side for a throw-in to the away team.
Yeah,
wanted it earlier, didn't they?
Alex Newby, yeah, Ollie Pearce was making a real run through the middle, real dart. Again, decisions. If Newby sees that run early enough, he can play him in before he runs into an offside position. He didn't quite see it on time.
Baptiste. McAvoy. Long ball over the top, turning that York City defence. Obiero tries to get there, but Kitchen does well, and he does really well and clears downfield. Boateng's beaten to it by McAvoy. Musa. He gets it back. His touch lets him down. Boateng wins it back for City. Kitchen leaves it for Newby. Newby to Hunt, who tried to turn and get a touch to control the ball in one motion, but he missed the ball. Baldwin now on the right hand side for Wealdstone. Baldwin beats Newby in the tackle. Now he can come in field up towards the edge of the box. He dinks it through. Fagan Walcott's there, and City are going to get rid through Felix. Over the head though of Gray, and the blue shirts have it once more. Musa forward to Boldwine, who slips on the ball. City win it back. It goes through to Harrison Mail. I just can't believe how open both sides are, Ian.
They're certainly giving each other opportunities. Of that, there's no doubt.
It's got as a football, it must be fun.
Yeah, and let's be honest, sat here is quite good fun. We're not watching last week. Let's be honest, at times Rochdale was so stale and happy to sit back. It almost became a procession at times. But today you can't take your eye off the game. There's something going to happen almost with every move.
Musa back to Baptiste on the penalty spot.
I'm going to say something really strange to you right now. I'll probably never say it again. Well,
what were the first time? Go on.
Bournemouth top the Premier League.
Do they? Yeah. They come forward in the centre. Shakuna to the left-hand side to Chinedu. He now gives it around the back. Cross comes into the box just in front of Obiero as Palmer was sliding in. He missed it and then looked to the heavens, because if he gets a touch on that, that's almost going to his own net.
Yeah, thankfully he didn't. But Wealdstone are dangerous. We're saying both teams are open, but this is because both teams have got good attacking players. Wealdstone have got some decent quality out there, and at times when they get on the ball, they really are causing City some problems.
Yeah, they've scored 20 goals in their 14 games, only conceded at 18. And now what's happening? The referee's having a word here with Palmer. Is he going to book Palmer for something?
He must have said something. I can only assume he said something.
Yeah. Palmer's said something out of turn, I think, and has gone into the referee's notebook, which is pretty silly for a vastly experienced centre-back. Last thing he needs to get in his place back in the side is to get knocked out of it again by getting a sending off here for something silly today.
And he'll need to be careful now. Their strikers are quick. They'll know he's on a yellow.
Forward, Woodman does well at the back for the away team. Down this right-hand side it goes. Forward to Olamola. He's checked by Palmer. Oh, yeah. He's a little bit lucky.
Yeah, that's going to be something Stuart Maynard will have to look at, David, because that could quite easily be in the 65th minute. That's a yellow card, possibly.
Yep.
Soft, but it's a yellow. But he's just had his yellow, and the referee, I think, has taken that into account. Thankfully for Ash Palmer and for York City.
But this is a free kick in a wide position, wide right. It's a dangerous position. Should be able to get a decent delivery in from here. Shakuna. You have to say they deserve a goal in this first half.
Well, they've played well. They've come and had a go. You kind of want that. You want teams to come and have a go and make a match of it.
And it comes now into the air, into the centre. Boateng wins the header, flicks away, picked up on the far side by Chinedu. Chinedu has to go back, and they're going to start again. Colchester have turned that round, conceding right at the start against Harrogate Town. They now lead by 3-1 approaching the break. Lumped into the York City penalty area. That's where too far ahead of Woodman. Not much of an angle on that one. Easy for Kitchen to shepherd that ball out of play, and it goes behind for a goal kick. We've got 10 seconds plus injury time left. Not sure what Stuart Maynard's again having a word with our friend down here for, what it's about.
I think he's probably questioning why Ash Palmer was booked in the first place. Maybe, I don't know. And Palmer's still talking to the referee. I just stay cool.
Indicating a minimum of 1 minute additional time. 1 minute.
Yep, so 1 minute to be added. Again, it's a long conversation between the fourth official and Stuart Maynard. Maybe he's just wishing him happy birthday.
Yeah. Have a good night tonight.
I have to be honest, it looks like it's a one-way conversation though, doesn't it? Felix. Shakuna heads clear, picked up by Olamola. Shakuna then tries to set Obiero away. Fagan Walcott does really well, gets in place, and he nods it back to Harrison Mail.
Yeah, good defending from Malachi Fagan Walcott there.
And he gets it off his goalkeeper as he bowls it out on the right hand side, plays it down the line. Oh, there's space around the back again here for Gray. Gray will get there. Can he pick out Pearce in the middle? Gray gets past his man into the penalty area. Pearce comes short along the byline. He goes for the shot. Does Gray through the goalkeeper's legs from virtually on the byline. I'm not sure he could even squeeze it in from there. He had so many options, Joe Gray, with Boateng, Felix and newbie in the penalty area. He chose to go himself. That's the half-time whistle. York City lead by 2-0. Goals from Malachi Fagan-Walcott and Ollie Pearce. It could be anything though in that first half. How Wealdstone haven't at least got one on the board, I will never know. York City have been wide open at time, but they've looked as though they can score goals and have shots on goal virtually at will. Both sides have, Ian. Very entertaining, possibly too entertaining for Stuart Maynard.
I would think now at half-time Stuart Maynard will be asking his troops to tighten up a little bit, because there were opportunities there for Wealdstone to cause City problems. They didn't take them, thankfully. But then when you look at York City's attacking output, it's been fantastic. We could be 4 or 5 up here quite easily with the right decisions, particularly that last one there. Joe Gray, who's done everything so right, so well. Pull it back to your striker. He'll stroke it into the back of the net. He didn't do that, and it's still 2-0. But yeah, it's a good game to watch. Thankfully City lead 2-0.
They do. They're looking good at the minute. Looks as though they will get all 3 points here today. Have to keep this going in the second half. And as Ian says, just try to be a little bit tighter at the back. At the break here at the LNER Community Stadium, it's York City 2, Wealdstone 0.
The 1,000-mile challenge for BBC Children in Need.
Last year, BBC Radio York joined radio stations across the country and swam 1,000 miles.
This time, we're going to try and walk it.
But there's a catch.
BBC Radio York needs to walk 25 miles over 2 days, three-legged.
We'll be walking with lots of people from across North Yorkshire.
When the challenge starts, we'll be doing our best to walk those miles around the designer outlet in York.
The 1,000-mile challenge for BBC Children in Need. To find out more, head to bbc.co.uk/walk.
BBC Radio York.
Getting you closer to your club and every game live.
BBC Radio York Sport.
BBC Radio York Sport. Pete Spencer here in the studio, taking you through half-time. Second half commentary to come from the LNER Community Stadium, but at the break it's York City 2, Wealdstone 0. Goals from Malachi Fagan-Walcott and Ollie Pearce. They're still playing in Essex between Colchester United and Harrogate Town as it stands at the moment, getting towards the latter stages of the first half. It's Colchester United 3, Harrogate Town 1. If we can, before we hand you back to York City, we'll get a half-time update from Tim Steer. It is, though, half-time at the Sear Stadium between AFC Telford United and Scarborough Athletic. Let's cross to James Fletcher and get a half-time report.
Well, there's no goals to report on here at the Sear Stadium, as Telford have probably been the better of the two sides as well. Rather even contest to begin with in the first 15 minutes. Bit of a basketball affair, neither midfield controlling the game. But as the game has settled, Telford have really won that wrestle in midfield. The game has bypassed Lewis Maloney, who was so methodical and important in the 2-0 victory against Leamington. Some of the moments in the game saw Jamie Meadows shoot over from a tight angle after 4 minutes for Telford. They had an early chance, Scarborough Athletic, where they got into the penalty area. It was a block shot from Wiles, because Telford did at times give the ball away a little bit too cheaply. There was a stoppage for Ryan Whitley going down inside the penalty area after 23 minutes, but me and Tony Elliott surmising that we feel it was Jonathan Greening trying to get the players some tactical information. In the Jordan Piggott inside the penalty area for Telford after 26 minutes, he had a glancing chance which was easily smothered by Scarborough Athletic. The best chance though for Scarborough Athletic came from a back pass from Telford, which resulted in a free kick. Cranston was judged to give the ball back to Gracie, their goalkeeper. Maloney had a shot easily blocked. A penalty shout for Telford. Stenson and Willedge went toe to toe after 36 minutes, but nothing coming from referee Scott Henry. That's really all we could say on the first half. Telford arguably the better of the two teams. Harry Green looks like he's going to come on at half time. He's just taken his training top off and he's going to make his way to the dugout to get in amongst the message at half time. I imagine it's an assertive one from Jonathan Greening. He won't be happy. Telford 0, Scarborough Athletic 0.
Thank you very much, James Fletcher. We'll be back at the Sear Stadium online via the BBC Sport website and app shortly, and we are due to get an update shortly from our DAB digital radio game between Harrogate Town down in Essex against Colchester United. We're just waiting for the Tim Steer to finish summing up at the end of the first half, and then we'll be across to get a half-time report in that one. I think now we can get across to Essex and get that half-time report from Tim Steer. How's it going, Tim?
It's not been a great first half, if I'm perfectly honest, Pete. It's Colchester United 3, Harrogate Town 1. It was a half that started very well because Harrogate Town took the lead with Stephen Duke McKenna's 5th goal of the season. A lovely flowing move from back to front from Harrogate Town, and a ball played to Stephen Duke McKenna, right side of the box, cut in onto his left foot, and he curled it beautifully low into the bottom right-hand corner. A fantastic start, and for the 3rd game in a row, Harrogate Town took the lead. But for the 3rd game in a row, they have lost that lead. But unlike in games against Crewe and Fleetwood, it has been shambolic at times in the first half. They look absolutely devoid of confidence, particularly after going behind in the game. Harry Anderson with all 3 goals for Colchester United, the first coming on 14 minutes after a cross from the right was headed initially by Anderson. It was blocked by his own player, fell back to Anderson, who hit it on the half volley into the roof of the net from 12 yards out for 1-1. The second coming on 21 minutes. Again, as I say, Harry Anderson the man, as the ball was played into the right channel. Jack Payne pulled it back right side of the box, and Harry Anderson fired it home for 2. And then 2 minutes of added on time. Anderson getting the hat-trick. Again, a comfortable finish for him from a low ball turned home by the Colchester United number 7. They could have made it 4 or 5 before half-time as well, as one simple kick from James Belshaw was headed right back down the middle, straight through into the path of Lisby, but his one-on-one shot was saved by the Harrogate Town goalkeeper in the end. In terms of performances this season, the first half away at Fleetwood was superb. This is the complete opposite. They just look so short of confidence, devoid of ideas. They don't look like they want to be on the ball at times, the Harrogate Town players. It's been quite concerning considering how in most games this season they've really been in every single match they've played in, but today they look the complete opposite, and I think for them the half-time whistle was a blessed relief. Work to do for manager Simon Weaver in his 700th league game in charge, potentially one of the biggest half-time team talks he's had for a long time, because this could go very, very south very, very quickly if things don't change. Half-time score, Colchester United 3, Harrogate Town 1.
Thank you very much to Tim Steer there at the JobServe Community Stadium down there in Essex. Let's run you through some of the halftime scores shortly. But first, as David Ward alluded to in that first half, some breaking news from the Premier League this afternoon. Ange Postecoglou has been sacked by Nottingham Forest following his side's 3-0 defeat by Chelsea in today's early kickoff at the City Ground. The Australian was in charge for just 8 games and if the course of 39 games, meaning Postecoglou's stint at Forest is the shortest permanent managerial reign in Premier League history. If you're due to take a quiz this week, it's worth noting that one down. The former Tottenham boss failed to win any of his 8 matches in charge at Forest, with 2 draws and 6 defeats across all competitions. Forest collected just 1 point from his 5 Premier League matches in charge, leaving the side 1 point above the relegation zone in 17th. His departure means that Forest are searching for their 3rd manager already this season, having sacked Nuno Espirito Santos just 3 matches into the campaign. Early contenders to succeed him are the Fulham manager Marco Silva, who's understood to be high on the list of potential replacements, while the former Burnley and Everton boss Sean Dyche is another candidate. Let's though look at some of the the halftime scores in the Premier League, where at the break it is Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Newcastle United 0, Burnley 1, Leeds United 0, Crystal Palace 0, AFC Bournemouth 2. I believe that would take Bournemouth to the top of the Premier League if results stay as it stands. Manchester City 0, Everton 0, Sunderland 1, Wolverhampton 0, and Fulham against Arsenal is the late kickoff at 5:30. In the Championship, 3 early kickoffs saw Oxford City beating Derby County by a goal to 0, QPR 1, Millwall 2, and Southampton 0, Swansea City 0. So these are now halftime scores in the Championship. Birmingham City 1, Hull City 2, Charlton Athletic 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Norwich City 0, Bristol City 0, Sheffield United 0, Watford 0, Stoke City 1, Wrexham 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Preston North End 0, and Leicester City against Portsmouth gets underway at 7:45. 2 early kickoffs then for you in League One saw Burton Albion losing by a goal to 0 at home against Peterborough United, and Lincoln City 1, Stevenage 0. So half-time in League One as it stands: Blackpool 1, Wickham 0, Bradford City 2, Barnsley 1, Cardiff City 0, Reading 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, Northampton Town 0, Luton Town 0, Mansfield Town 1, Plymouth Argyle 1, AFC Wimbledon 1, Rotherham United 0, Leyton Orient 0, Stockport County 1, Exeter City 0. They're still playing in the 41st minute of that game. And at half-time, it's Wigan 0, Port Vale 0. Two early kickoffs in League 2 saw Cambridge United beating Bromley by 2-1 and Salford City winning at home against Oldham by 1-0. So half-time in League 2 as things stand, it is Accrington Stanley 1, Swindon Town 0, Barnet 0, Notts County 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere Rovers 1, Chesterfield 1, Fleetwood Town 1. In our DAB digital radio game, Colchester United 3, Harrogate Town 1, Grimsby Town 0, Gillingham 0, MK Dons 2, Crewe 0, Newport County 0, Cheltenham Town 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Crawley Town 0, and Walsall 0, Barrow 1. So in the National League, in the early kickoff, Solihull Moors beat Braintree Town by 2-0. At half-time, it's Aldershot Town 1, Tamworth 1, Altrincham 1, Woking 2, with Phil Parkinson under pressure as the Altrincham boss. Borehamwood 0, Eastleigh 0, Boston 0, Scunthorpe United 0, Brackley Town 0, Gateshead 0, Morecambe 0, Southend United 2, Rochdale 3, Yeovil Town 0, Truro City 0, AFC Halifax Town 0. And our featured game on FM and BBC Sounds at the moment is York City 2, Wealdstone 0. Two late games for you in the National League today as Carlisle United host Forest Green Rovers. Big tie there at the top of the table. And Sutton United against Hartlepool United as well. Let's just round up the scores by looking at things in the National League North, where our featured game online via the BBC Sport website and app sees it goalless between AFC Telford and Scarborough Athletic. Buxton 1, Chorley 0, Chester 0, Kidderminster Harriers 1, Kings Lynn 0, AFC Fylde 2, Leamington 0, Darlington 0, Macclesfield 2, Curzon Ashton 2, Oxford City 0, Southport 1, Peterborough Sports 0, Alfreton Town 1, Radcliffe 0, Bedford 0, South Shields 1, Hereford 0. So at the moment, that result keeps South Shields at the top of the table with a game to come in midweek against Scarborough. At Spennymoor 1, Merthyr Town 2, and Worksop 0, Marine 2. So those are how it stands in the National League North. Further down the footballing pyramid today, in the FA Vars first round, Harrogate Railway are behind in Lancashire, trailing by 3-0 against Nelson. It's also Northallerton Town 1, South Liverpool 1. In the Northern Counties East League Premier Division, it's Botsford Town 1, Pickering 0. Knaresborough Town are also 1-0 down at home to Beverley Town. And in Division 1, it's Clubthorne Colliery 1. Selby Town 0. So those are the latest scores around the leagues as things stand at half-time.
Georgie Spanswick at breakfast.
Have you had anything odd stolen? Declan's been going on about this. He had his wheelie bin nicked. Do we have any idea who might have stolen your bin?
Literally no clue.
Distinguishing marks on the bin? Is there anything that you can identify it by?
The wheels were falling off.
I'm beginning to get quite upset with Declan.
Oh, really?
You've got to have common sense with these things. You have got to have the number of your property on it.
Oh.
Well, this is no good after the fact, is it?
Has your bin got a number on it?
Oh, it has. Gold letters.
Oh, gold letters!
Georgie Spanswick at breakfast. Weekdays from 6. Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio York.
Here's BBC Radio York Sport. We'll shortly hand you back to your respective commentaries today, but let's get some reaction to Chelsea's 3-0 win away to Nottingham Forest, who have sacked their manager Ange Postecoglou afterwards. So after the win, good news for the Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca, who's been speaking to our football reporter Simon Brotherton.
Good game. First half we struggled a little bit. Second half was much better. We scored 3 goals. We could score probably a few more, and we controlled the game better.
At half-time you made 3 changes. They seemed to make a big difference. Presumably you were not happy at half-time.
We made some mistake where we give them a little bit boost energy in the first half, that it's better if we are able to avoid that. And some of the change they were already planned. We know that Romeo Lavia in this moment cannot play 90 minutes. So we try to manage all the situation also because you already know, but we have many injury players.
You're always having to manage players' minutes and playing time. That's part of your job. Is it a much bigger issue this season so far?
Probably yes, because the situation we have last year, probably we have been one of the club team with less injury in general, and this season suddenly we have many injury, but it's a consequence from many things, and one of the main things has to be to rotate play and trying to manage them.
Okay, that is Enzo Maresca speaking to our football reporter Simon Brotherton after that 3-0 win away against Nottingham Forest, a result that sees Ange Postecoglou sacked as manager after just 8 games. It's time to split our frequencies once again. We're waiting for Harrogate Town to come back out against Colchester United. They're slightly behind, but we'll hand you back to York City at home to Wealdstone on FM and BBC Sounds. If you want Scarborough Athletic away to AFC Telford United with James Fletcher and Tony Elliott, that's online via the BBC Sport website and app. So that's your choice of listening. We'll hand you back, and this is it's Make Your Mind Up time.
Every game live and getting you closer to your club.
BBC Radio York Sport.
Welcome back to the LNER Community Stadium. York City leading Wealdstone by 2-0 and a change at half-time for York City. No real surprise. Callum Howe is back and he wears the captain's armband. He comes on for Ash Palmer, who was booked towards the end of that first half, and on another day could have received a second yellow card. So that's a sensible decision by the York City manager. Howe comes on for Palmer. The City, Mail, Kitchen, Howe, Fagan, Walcott, Newby, Batty, Hunt, Felix, Boateng, Gray and Pearce. The goals for Fagan, Walcott and Pearce. No changes for the opposition. Dante Baptiste, Conor McAvoy, Dion Woodman, Philip Chinedu, Junior Tiencia, Omar Musa, Dylan Kadji, Enzo Boldwine, Nathan Shikuna, Micah Obriero, Olafella, Olamola. That is the referee's whistle. The game gets back underway with York City shooting towards the Wealdstone fans in the north stand in this second half. Wealdstone come forward right from the start, and that's cleared from Callum Howe inside his own penalty area with a high boot, but nothing given. Ready to go on DAB. Harrogate Town trailing by 3-1 at Colchester United. Tim Steer and Hal Boxall-Ducree are there for that one, if that is what you want to listen to this afternoon. Here on FM and on BBC Sounds, it's the Blue Shirts that continue to have the ball, and they've gone back to halfway. Your thoughts on what was possibly said in that York City dressing room at half-time by Stuart Maynard, Ian Dunn?
Well, I think he'll have absolutely been over the moon with the attacking play. Some of the attacking players just brilliant at times, but clearly we've got to be tighter at the back. There's too many half opportunities that Wealdstone didn't capitalise on in the first half, and I think the manager will want them to be a little bit more tighter at the back and make sure we don't give or even offer the opportunities to Wealdstone up quite so readily. But he'll have been over the moon with the attacking football. That has been sublime at times there. We could be 3 or 4, and yes, Wealdstone maybe would have an argument to say they could have done better with some of their chances, but City have had 2 or 3 extras on top of the 2 goals they've scored. I think great management though. Take Ash Palmer off. I think Palmer was probably one mistimed tackle away from being a red card. So yeah, and you've got Callum Howe on the bench, and really Palmer, I feel for him a bit because he was doing well up until that booking.
Throw into Wealdstone, halfway inside the York City half, far side of the field, back to McAvoy. I've had another present at half-time.
Wow.
Cup of coffee brought to me, I say. It's like...
Well, I had a hand in
waitress service. You had a hand, did you?
I had a hand in that.
Yeah, you try and take the credit, aren't you?
No, it's semi credit.
Also, had someone come back to me and say, "Hey, please have your boyfriend back."
Oh. Don't start those rumours.
Chinedu on this left-hand side. Clearly, I told him no, I wasn't.
You what your answer was.
Back here goes to Woodman. And to the goalkeeper. If you want to get in touch this afternoon, 81333 on the text, start your message with the word York. 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Again, start your message with the word York, as Wealdstone almost play themselves into trouble, but the goalkeeper does well to clear downfield. Flicked on by Olafella Olamola, and then appeals for offside as it goes forward. The flag does go up, and he knew. He actually brought it down with his hand as well, just to doubly make sure that the officials gave York City the decision there. Did the Wealdstone striker?
Yeah, and City's defence just saw that coming. It was almost too easy for them to play the offside, and it worked a treat.
Kitchen then gets ready to take. Oh, he's He's still in conversation, is Stuart Maynard, with the fourth official down here. They've both got big smiles on their faces, so again, not quite sure what that's about. I think he spent most of his afternoon.
I think they're just organising birthday plans for this evening.
Well, that must be what it is. Nodded clear by Wealdstone into the centre of midfield. Now picked up by Felix for City. Fagan Walcott, that's a nice ball to Gray. He's given away possession straight back to the away team. Into midfield with the number 4 man Musa. But City win back possession. A bit scrappy here at the start of this second half. Hunt to Gray. He can come forward over halfway. Gray, down the line it goes to Felix. Felix back to Gray. Gray to Batty in a crossing position if he wants to put it in. Instead he goes back wide right to Felix, who does put a cross in. That's a good one, curling away from the goalkeeper. It's a deep one. Newby will have to pick it up at the back post and take it outside the penalty area, and gives it to Kitchen. Kitchen to Boateng, back to Kitchen. Kitchen in the penalty area to Hunt, who's up there. Hunt wanted too long, forced to Pearce. Hunt takes on the shot, but he's put it over the bar from 12 yards out. Should have hit the target, and you imagine if he does, that's 3-0 and game, set and match. Instead it sails over the bar, and Wealdstone are still in this one. 2-0 it remains.
Really good again. City's the intricate passing in and around, in short areas, in short spaces inside the 18-yard box has been a joy at times, and it just fell to Alex Hunt. You're thinking, just hit the target, it's in the back of the net, and whether it took a little bobble, I'd hate to. There's probably not many bobbles on this pitch, but he just seemed to get under it. Alex Hunt there. Good football again from City though.
Just watching it again. No, he tried to curl it to the top corner. Really should have kept that down. It wasn't under too much pressure, Alex Hunt. That's a
miss.
Disappointing miss from him. Batty to Felix. Felix back again. He goes to Harrison Mail. Mail to Howe. Howe back to his goalkeeper, and he clears down the centre of the field. But Pearce had gone short for it, and then tells Harrison Mail that I wanted it on the ground.
Yeah, but I in that situation, we got to, in weeks on by, we've wished Harrison Mail just kick it forward, and he was under pressure there. He had to clear his lines. Well done.
From one goalkeeper to the other, and then it's sent downfield over the head of everyone. That'll be a York City throw-in. Directly opposite us, far side of the ground. York City 2, Wealdstone 0. 5 minutes gone in this second half, with Kitchen drying the ball on his shirt. Kitchen takes the throw into Boateng. Back to Kitchen. He gets past his man, gets past 2 men, and powers forward does Mark Kitchen, and past the third. Over halfway he comes. Nice ball to Felix on this right hand side. Felix can run at the defenders now. Comes in field. Down the line it goes to Gray in the box. Back to Felix. Felix, he decides to get past 2 men and gets past. He's pulled around. Goes down looking for the penalty. The referee, I don't think, could have seen that. It was one of the big defenders.
He got a touch.
Pulled him down.
Yeah, someone had an arm on him. Whether it was enough, because I think actually Joe Felix had done well to get in there,
It was Chinedu. He goes looking for it, so I don't think it is a penalty.
No.
There was contact, but he made too much of it, Joe Felix.
Yeah, he's gone down a little too easily. I actually think
Super Joe wasn't as Super Joe there.
No, he maybe could have. He was in a good position. He'd done well.
Right hand side. Intercepted though by Howe. Newby. Batty. I think he just thought he wasn't going to get on the ball and decided to throw himself down there, did Felix. Fagan Walcott tries to thread it through to Pearce, intercepted. And flicked on as far as Olamola. Olamola will run at Howe. City have got men back though. Lucky ricochet, and it goes through to Harrison Mail once more. Kitchen. Batty. Howe. Kitchen. Into midfield to Boateng, but that's given away cheaply by Kitchen. He says that's Boateng's fault. I'm not sure it is. Blue shirts have it on the edge of the York City penalty area. Obiero. Musa. He gets it again, does Musa. Gets past Batty, can take on the shot. He does. Harrison Mail has to dive full stretch to his right hand side. Gets 2 hands to it. Palms it away from goal. Does well. And Felix completes the clearance.
Yeah, it's a really good save from Harrison Mail.
Give it away on this near side by Woodman to Pearce. He goes down to ground. I'm not sure there's much in that. The referee doesn't give anything. Right in front of the linesman. He doesn't either. And there's not, to be honest. Pearce is up. He was making a meal of that as well.
He was a little bit, yeah. But I tell you what, I don't know. It's hard to portray this on the radio, but looking at the keeper's position there when Pearce nearly won the ball, the goal was wide open,
Centre of the field, dinked forward by Wealdstone. Look across this left hand side. Poor ball though from Kadji. And that'll be a York City throw in their defensive third. York City 2, Wealdstone 0. Pearce still having a bit of a chirp at the fourth official and the referee about the lack of a free kick down this near side.
I think he was caught. Whether it was enough to warrant a free kick or not, I'm not sure. Ollie certainly thinks it was.
Felix to Gray, under pressure, gives away possession. Olamola, edge of the area. Olamola, Obiero now in the box, left hand side, tries to get a cross in. He's put it over the bar though. Too deep, it goes behind for a goal kick. City are continuing in this second half to give away possession in dangerous parts of the field. Ian Dunn.
Yeah, there's just been the odd occasion where the passing hasn't been as crisp as they would like, and you can see Dan Batty there, 2 hands saying calm down, calm it down, keep the ball.
It's a strange atmosphere as well. It has been from the start, hasn't it? Because there's not that much atmosphere inside the ground. Almost as though York City supporters are coming to games like this now expecting York City to win rather comfortably. The scoreline suggests it is, but it hasn't been comfortable.
No, there's not many poor teams in this league. Every game is a tough match and brings with it its own complications. The City have managed, when you think about the attacking output, City could have scored a whole lot more than 2 goals actually. Yes, Wealdstone could have had a couple themselves, but it's been a very open match. I think for both managers, we'll be looking and wondering, why is it so open? What can we do to tighten it up a little bit? For the neutral, it's a brilliant match to watch.
Well, Wealdstone maybe need it to stay open.
Oh, they do now. They're going to have to. If they want to get anything from the match, they're going to have to throw extra bodies forward, and that can only play into City's hands, hopefully. But as we all know, David, 2-0's a scary scoreline sometimes.
City have a free kick. Mail's gone all the way across the left-hand side. Takes an age to get it clear. Boateng beaten to that in the air by McAvoy. He tries to come forward and send it forward for Olamola. Too far in front of him. He gives up. And Callum Howe lets the ball run over the line. That'll be a York City throw in again, deep inside their own half. Sam Cox, the Wealdstone manager.
Smart, isn't he?
Very smart.
Yeah.
And he's khaki, all khaki.
All khaki, yeah, everything khaki. Obviously, can't see his underwear, but yep. His outerwear.
You didn't need to add that last bit.
just to raise any doubt.
Sent forward by York City from the throw-in, but the blue shirts win it back, and they've won a free kick on the far side of the field as Shikuna goes down.
Ash Palmer just taking his place on the bench there. Look.
How long do you reckon it took him to sort his hair out? I think the marks, the comb's been through that.
It's perfect, isn't it? I'd love that. What's a comb?
He's in his tracksuit. He goes and sits alongside.
He'll be disappointed, David. He'll be disappointed. He got a poor yellow card, really.
Free kick taken, one in the air by Howe on the edge of his own penalty area. Gray, he gives away possession, just as the gentleman behind us shouts, "Don't mess around with it." Chikuna. Chinedu, and it comes a deep one round the back. Has that gone behind off a York City man? It has. The linesman says he's headed that against the back of Alex Newby. Alex Newby's trying to claim that wasn't the case and play dumb, but the corner kick has been given, and there were no complaints from the South Stand crowd, which tells you that again that the referee's got it right.
Yeah. He's had, touch wood, he's had a good game, the referee. For both sides, he's performed well. But again, it's something else here for City to defend.
The third corner. This time they're going for everyone in the 6-yard box.
There's 2 on the edge of the box. Watch them 2.
They've gone along the byline again, and he gets it back as the corner kick taker. Now to the edge of the area, but that's a poor pass, and he's forced all the way back. Now to the right-hand side to Kadji. They've still got everyone forward, though, of Wealdstone. City's still got everyone back. No one tries to stop the cross coming in, and it comes now. It's one in the air by Woodman. City still haven't cleared. Need to get some space to get the shot off. It falls kindly in the end for Boateng, and he tries to chip it down the left-hand side for Gray, and Gray will get there before the defender. Gray, he's going on goal through 1-on-1. Gray, he takes on the goalkeeper and slots it past him. No, he doesn't. He's put it well wide of goal. The goalkeeper got a hand to it. It should have been 3-0. You have to say it's a good save by the goalkeeper. A great run from Gray, but he's going to be so disappointed that didn't find the back of the net for his first goal at the LNER.
Oh my word, it was fantastic from Joe Gray's pace. Wealdstone just couldn't keep up with it. It was like they were treading in hot tar. My word, he got away, and then he faced up with the keeper. Do you know what? There was a fraction of a second, and I'm not blaming him for in any way, shape or form. He could have squared it. I think Joe Felix was square of him, and that would have been a definite, you couldn't have missed. He took it on himself. You can't blame him for taking it on himself. Great run. and the keeper pulling off a save.
Max Kretschmar's about to come on here for Wealdstone. City have this corner kick then. On this near side, Hunt is going to take it. Drags it to the middle of the box, straight to a blue shirt.
Not worked. I can see what they're trying. It didn't quite come off.
But now it's Wealdstone on the break. Over halfway they come on this left-hand side. Now they're held up, and it's put into touch.
Yeah.
By Obiero. Throw into York City.
Yeah, good defensive play from City. They got the bodies back in there, and Obiero really didn't have any options because Wealdstone actually were still catching the breath after that Joe Guerrero run. I think three of them were trying to keep up with him, and they couldn't.
Felix takes the throw. Kretschmar still not ready to come on. Fagan Walcott goes back to Mail. Batty on the left-hand side. Batty into Boateng. Look at the space for him. But his first touch just lets him down slightly using that right foot. He switches it to his left and gives it to Batty. Kitchen again to Boateng. Boateng once more goes back to Harrison Mail. He gives it to Hunt. Hunt to Gray. Gray, nice touch to get it away from the defender. He tries to thread it through to Pearce, who'd stayed onside, but it's intercepted at the back by Woodman. Won back though by Gray. Has Felix in front of him, and Pearce tries to thread it through the middle to Pearce. Can Pearce get there? He can. He's still on goal. Pearce! Ciccio, the goalkeeper! Yes! That's the Ollie Pearce we love to see! No doubt once he was through on goal, he shrugged the defender off, and just a little dink over the goalkeeper as he went to ground. Puts it into the back of the net. Ollie Pearce gets his second of the game. York City get a third. York City 3, Wealdstone 0.
Yeah, that is superb football. I tell you what, Joe Gray he's shown flashes of brilliance this game, particularly in the last few minutes, and that pass was delightful to Ollie Pearce. He eats them up all day long. Perfect for Ollie Pearce. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he's just dinked it, hasn't he? He's got underneath the ball, dinked it over the keeper. 3-0, brilliant finish, and Ollie Pearce, that's a fantastic finish for him. He's over the moon, and he's just doing his little celebration when he puts his hands up to his eyes. Excellent for York City there. Excellent football. They've been threatening it all afternoon as an attacking force. They've been superb at times.
Kretschmar comes on for Shikuna. Just couldn't get that substitution made in time, really. In fact, it's going to be a double change as well, because Terrell Aguiman, who was signed on a 1-month loan from Morecambe yesterday, is coming on as well.
Yeah, City have certainly... they've been so clinical. And yeah, they've had some chances that could have done better with, but when you think they're 3-0 up, they've been very clinical.
Number 10, Max Kretschmar, replacing number 20, Nathan Shikuna. And number 23, Terrell Ajiman, replacing number 8, Dylan Kadji.
So they're the two changes. City getting ready to make two more. Fallowfield and Banks are about to come on here for Stuart Maynard.
Well, this is all making up to a very happy birthday for Stuart Maynard. The boys putting in a real performance here, particularly the second half.
Morgan's touch on the far side of the field. Throw in to Wealdstone. Referee blows the whistle because he thinks Wealdstone are trying to steal a couple of yards over there, so he forces them to go back. I imagine, do you think Banks will come on for Boateng to protect him from the 4 yellow cards?
Possibly, yeah. It would seem like the obvious change, and get Ollie Banks up there, get him on the ball. The last person Wilson want to see is a playmaker coming on, I'd imagine.
Aguiman on this left-hand side. TNC, he gives away possession. It's a game where both teams have given away possession countless occasions. Musa, that's a nice ball to the right-hand side. Well, towards the edge of the York City penalty area. They've still got it here, Wealdstone. Free shot at goal. No one closed him down. Curler hits the back of Kitchen. Felix clears to stop it going out for a corner kick. Downfield it goes towards Pearce. He's dragged to ground, is he? No, the referee says no, under pressure from Woodman. Again, I think the referee's got that right. Musa does well. This right-hand side it goes. Aguiman round the corner to Tienzia. He's gone offside. Flag goes up. Now York City will make the double change. So Banks and Fallowfield. We're about to see who they're coming on for. Again, Ollie Pearce not happy. He's having a word with the linesman and the fourth official here.
Ollie Pearce will argue everything, won't he? He's convinced he should have been given a free kick there.
So it's Banks for Gray.
I think Gray's been superb. I think he's been absolutely superb. Probably the best I've seen of him, David, me personally.
Yep, I think he's putting a decent shift. Goal for Scarborough. Telford 0, Scarborough 1, going great guns at the top of National North. The other one is Fagan Walcott, that's coming off for Fallowfield.
Interesting. That is squad rotation, I think.
Yeah, he walks off slower than Malachi.
Oh, when you said did he feel something in that, earlier on in the first half?
You don't risk him, do you?
You wouldn't have thought so.
He wouldn't have come back out after half-time. I think he's absolutely fine.
But we all know Ryan Fallowfield.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Ryan Fallowfield can play that position equally, exceptionally well.
He's happy he'll get his clean sheet bonus. Is it like fantasy football? You get your clean sheet bonus if it's still goalless when you go off.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's why he's smiley.
So if they concede now, he'll still get it.
Yeah, and he's got over 62 minutes, so he's got the points in. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Newby then on the left hand side for York. Back it goes to Kitchen. City 3, Wealdstone 0. Downfield, McAvoy wins the header. Gives it to Musa, and he goes all the way back to his goalkeeper.
Batty's performance mustn't go unnoticed, as well. He's been all over that middle of the park, kept the ball really well, sort of gone about his job in a quiet way, but effective.
Forward again, Olamola. Now down the right hand side for Obiero. Good tackle comes in over there from Ryan Fallowfield. Let's just see where Ryan Fallowfield's playing. He's playing the right hand side, isn't he, of the three centre backs?
He just got dragged across there. He had to put the challenge in. He's just getting back now.
So it's just a straight swap.
Yep.
And what we've seen so far. And Banks is playing, on the right, where Gray was before. That's nice from Banks to give it to Fallowfield. He gives it to Felix. Fallowfield continues the run forward. Banks drops in. Felix into midfield, back towards Howe. Thought it wasn't going to reach him at one point there, but Howe made sure he got there before the attacker. Across the far side, Batty into play with Kitchen. Back again it goes to Harrison Mail, almost at the halfway point of the second half. York City 3, Wealdstone 0.
What a ball!
Good ball downfield for Felix, who's stayed high up and he brings it under control. Now he runs in field as Joe Felix. They're getting men back at Wealdstone. Felix back out wide right. He's been clattered there, Felix, as he found Banks, and the referee gives the free kick.
Harrison Mail's ball to Joe Felix there was like a centre midfielder strike.
Yeah, and the referees, Stuart Maynard, the York City manager, is applauding his goalkeeper as well while shouting his name. Greg Ollie is stripped and ready to come on here too for the Minster men. Equaliser for Telford against Scarborough, 1-1.
When you look at the players that Stuart Maynard can bring on, is when you realise just how strong City are as a squad. All of the players on the bench would have a fair argument to say they should be starting. It's really exciting times for York City, especially when they're playing like they are as an attacking force.
Boateng, and they're going to make a change as well here at Wealdstone in a second. With Nathan Young Coombs about to come on. Hunt gives it straight to the two-man walls. He tried to slip it round the side. Alex Hunt's set-piece deliveries have not been on it this season.
He was trying something different. It didn't quite execute it as well as his wife.
That's a simple pass.
He's trying to slide it down the side of the the
wall, but he's giving it straight to the wall.
Yeah, it's gone straight to the wall.
10 yards away. More work needed on the training ground. Newby. Banks around the corner to Fallowfield as Ollie watches on. Batty, back it goes to Callum Howe. Howe gives it to Hunt and gives it into midfield to Boateng. Hunt gets it back after creating a bit of space. He can now burst forward. Can he thread it through to Pearce? He tried, just couldn't get it between the two centre backs, but City win back possession. And Kitchen goes back to his goalkeeper on the edge of his penalty area. Harrison Mail, right-footed, just lays it off to Fallowfield. Fallowfield into the centre of the field looking for Pearce. Woodman beats him to it. Offside flag goes up against Ollie Pearce. The changes now can be made. And Ollie Pearce is apologising there and saying that's my fault for not getting back on side. I was too slow. What's the referee saying here? What's he doing with Pearce? They can't be offside in his own half, referee. Now the changes will be made. He's still saying it's got to be inside the... What's he doing? He can't be offside in his own half.
No.
He's saying the free kick's got to be taken here, 3 yards inside the York City half.
Even the Wealdstone player saying, I don't think you got this right, ref. It can't be offside if it's in their half.
Right, so the changes here. On comes Nathan Young-Coombs. He's gone to play up front. I think he's come on for Olamola. Then Newby comes on for Boateng.
Third substitution for Wealdstone, number 24, Nathan Young-Coombs, replacing number 9, Olamola.
Well, the free kick is going to be taken inside the York City half, absolutely bizarrely, even though it's been pointed out again by Max Kretschmar.
Yeah, he's literally broken the rules.
Kretschmar takes the free kick. If referees and officials can't get the most obvious decisions like that correct, you have absolutely no hope.
The assessors are here today as well. They will have. I mean, he's had a good game, the referee, decision-wise, but that is just getting the rules wrong.
Laws.
Laws. Tomato.
Mail caught offside as well from it, so it didn't matter in the end. Has it at his feet. Referee blows the whistle and says you've got to get on with it. Down the centre of the field, Mail goes off. Felix in round the back, straight from the delivery. Felix, right hand side, can he pick out Pearce in the middle? Felix brings it under control, allows the defender to get back in though. Good defending on this left hand side for Wealdstone. It's a goal kick.
Good strength from the defender, but Harrison Mail again, ping out to Joe Felix. That's a weapon the City can use.
McAvoy on the right hand side of the defence gives it to Woodman. Across to Chinedu across the far side. Josh Stones in his green bib gets up and starts running up and down this near side. He'll be hoping for some game time, but Ollie Pearce will not want to go off with the prospect of a hat trick here. Hunt. Howe. Straight through to Woodman gets it back again, the former St Albans man. He gives it into midfield to Musa. McAvoy. Kretschmar gets his first touch. Back to McAvoy again. And back to the goalkeeper, who's well outside his penalty area again. He's trying to send it forward. Excuse me. Felix gets there first though, gives it back to Mail, who clears the bouncing ball well. Musa heads it forward. Banks, Hunt, Batty round the corner to Banks. Hunt jumps over the tackle, he saw it coming. York City have a throw in. 3-0 City lead with 19 minutes to go here on BBC Radio York.
Yeah, and it feels when you're saying about the atmosphere, the crowd are sort of, it feels like the game's done. I don't know if York need to press much more, but Wealdstone certainly need to do something if they're going to have any chance of getting something.
Falafield back to his...
the game's over, but...
Yeah, Falafield back to his goalkeeper. Batty. Under pressure goes back to Mail. Mail scuffs his left-footed clearance, but Greg Holley does really well actually. And then gives it away on the edge of his penalty area. Wealdstone in the box with Kretschmar, pulls it into the middle, little back heel, and he saves at his near post. Does Harrison Mail, and he apologises again. That was a chance, really, all of York City's own doing.
Yeah, I think it was Greg Holley did well initially, and then just passed the ball straight to it.
But it was Mail's poor clearance as well, wasn't it, into Ollie? There was two mistakes in there.
Yeah.
Banks, Felix, Fallowfield, that's a nice ball to Banks on the right hand side, near halfway, comes back in field. He was told to go forward, instead he goes back to his goalkeeper, does Ollie Banks.
Yeah, just being safety first, I think there, probably wisely.
How? Kitchen. Forward to Ollie, reminder, Boreham Wood come here on a Tuesday evening, a Boreham Wood side, they're going really, really well. Jeff King not allowed to play against York City on Tuesday night, of course.
Lewis Richardson, has he been getting a game?
Sorry?
Lewis Richardson's there as well,
He's struggling to get a game. He's on the bench most weeks. I've not looked at their side today.
So they must have a decent side, because we know how good he is.
Yeah. Hunt.
It'll be a tough game.
To Batty. Now Fallowfield. Fallowfield once more to Batty. Gives it to Callum Howe. Back to Batty, who's the deepest York City player here at the minute. Now he comes forward into midfield, gives it to Ollie, round the corner to Banks. Felix was bending his run to stay on side, but Banks has gone backwards again here. Gets it back off Fallowfield, and he gives it back to Ryan Fallowfield.
Very assured play from Banks and Fallowfield there.
Banks, Hunt, little triangles of passes in the defensive third here from York City. Back it goes to Harrison Mayle. Forward to Banks. You can see the houses starting to be built now over the corner of the stand over the groundsman tuck, can't you, on the far side, which was not noticed before. They're giving it away here, York City. Into the box it comes. Shot comes in on goal, and Mayle has to stop it going in the top corner there.
That was an interesting a sort of side foot scoop from young Coombs.
Yeah. Stones is about to come on. How many times have York City given it away in dangerous positions though? I don't know if that's just because it's a little bit too easy now for them here. Kitchen comes forward, gives it to Ollie to Banks, 30 yards from goal, encouraged to shoot, does shoot, blocked by Woodman on the edge of the box, and it deflects all the way across the far side of the field to Kitchen. Hunt. Ollie Pearce is probably saying, would you use this as an opportunity now to play Stones and Pearce together for a little bit?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, the game's done, so you could maybe use it as an opportunity to try them together and see how they can perform.
How?
They'd bring Stones on.
Batty again at the back. Into Hunt in midfield, who's got some room to turn. It's almost at walking pace, this. Banks lifts it over the top, looking for Pearce. Pearce will leave it to Newby on the far side. Newby takes on the shot, and he's rolled in off the post. Yes. Well, this time I think the goalkeeper maybe should have done a little bit better. He just calmly slotted it past him, Alex Newby. A lovely ball over the top from Ollie Banks. Picked out Newby with the run. Pearce left it, and he slides it past the goalkeeper. York City have a fourth. It's a great afternoon now for the Minster men. York City 4, Wealdstone 0.
Yeah, absolutely superb vision from Ollie Banks. He just clipped it into a lovely position, and wow, Newby showing his pace as well there. And I don't want to downplay the finish. I think it's a really good finish, David. Unless the keeper could have closed the angle a bit better, I'm not sure. I thought it was a really good finish.
Yeah, it is a good finish. Yeah. The goalkeeper tried to spread himself, but he just put it past his left foot.
Right, yeah. Superb play from York City, and 4-0. On the chances that we've created as well, I think this is probably justified as well at 4-0. Yes, Wealdstone have had chances, but tell you what, York City's attacking play at times this afternoon has been absolutely superb. It's Ollie Pearce that's coming off, David, so we're not going to see them together. Yep. Internally he'll be fuming because he knows he's on a chance of a hat-trick, but I think the manager, he's right, give Josh Stone some minutes.
It's a balance now, isn't it, between looking after Ollie Pearce and then maybe having the opportunity to try something new.
Yeah, it's all happy. Ollie Pearce and the manager having a good giggle there, probably discussing I'm on a hat-trick, but I think the manager's got it right. Let's give Josh Jones some minutes.
He'd be on a goal bonus though, won't he? So Ugler's probably running out of cash. He said pull him off.
I doubt that'll be the reasoning.
Almost gave it to Josh Stones there. Did Banks and a mixture of the Wealdstone defender as well. Well, they managed to get it away. Jack Cook is about to come on here for Wealdstone. Another change. Should be lots of injury time. I bet there's not at the end of this game for all these changes. The trainer's not been on once, I don't think, all afternoon.
Yeah.
Scarborough now trailing at Telford by 2-1 in National North. Link, if you want to listen to that, is on the BBC Sport website under the football commentaries, or available on our X feed at BBC York Sport. Batty back to Mayle. So 13 minutes to go. York City 4 up. They're the Wealdstone fans you can hear in the background. There has been a lack of atmosphere almost throughout here this afternoon for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think you're right. The fans came here with an expectation, and the expectations of...
What a ball. That's from Batty. Felix can get on the end of it. Defended as well, though. Gets in front of him, gives it back to his goalkeeper, and then able to clear. TNC did really well. Into midfield for Musa, who turns Ollie. Goes back to Chinedu. Back once more to Baptiste in his old yellow kit. Edge of the penalty area. He gives it to McAvoy. Kretschmar once more to McAvoy. Sends it long, but Baldwin had come short. He went long. It's over the head of young Coombs and goes through to Harrison Mail. Banks. Fallowfield. And Fallowfield just put that straight into touch because the Wealdstone man has gone down off the ball. He needs some treatment. But guess what? He's at the minute in the position where Jack Cook plays. So I don't know if that's just that they can make the change now.
Yeah. Is 6,026. 6026. Which includes a total of 132 away supporters.
That's a good turnout today.
6-0-2-6, 1-4-2. Everyone around us applauding.
And Wealdstone fans still singing their hearts out. Credit to them. Still supporting the side, but they've been well and truly hammered this afternoon.
Only on the score sheet, though.
Yeah, but the score sheet's what matters, isn't it?
Of course,
it's 4-0. Yes. Listen, they did have some chances. City have carved them open as well at times. It could be more damaging actually for Wealdstone. They've played well though. They haven't come
They
and
played better they played better in the first half.
Yes,
than
they
have
did.
in the second half.
The second half they've been a bit more flat. But
I'd argue there's not 4 goals between the sides. If they'd taken the chances, they had some really good chances in that first half.
They did.
Especially.
Yeah. In fairness, they did have some chances. But so did City.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to see a team coming with that sort of intent, and having a go.
Well, isn't it 4-0 to York?
Yeah.
There may be opposition managers watching this and thinking, well, maybe that's not the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, Rochdale showed us a lot of respect last week, I feel. They sat back far. To be honest, I thought they sat back too much. They were hoping and praying that City would make a mistake and they'd hit them on the break, and it just didn't materialise, and City got the win.
Cook's come on for McAvoy. They're making a double change as well here, with Dom Hutchinson also coming on in place of Omar Musa. 3-1 now, Telford. It's all gone wrong pretty quickly there for John O'Greening and Scarborough Athletic.
In partnership with Bridge Hotel and Spa Weatherby, 4th substitution for Wealdstone.
Obiero takes the throw in and gives it back to Harrison Mail. Seeing the City kick the ball out so the substitutions could take place. So we've got 10 minutes left. City lead 4-0. Plenty of time for more goals. Hunt comes forward after receiving the ball off his goalkeeper. Into the centre circle he goes. Banks. Back to Fallowfield. Fallowfield again goes back to his goalkeeper. Mail gives it to Batty. Reminder as well. Wait for Robert to finish on the public address.
Replacing 22, Connor McAvoy.
I think he only saw one of the subs there, did Mr. Havercroft. Howe at the back. So City in action on Tuesday evening. Scarborough Athletic also in action. Full commentary of both of those games. And then it's an early kick-off for York City next week at Halifax. So we're on air at 12 o'clock ahead of that 12:30 kick-off. Fallowfield at the back for City. On the right-hand side. Almost caught under pressure by Baldwin, who's now playing on this left-hand side. He swaps sides. It's a good ball, that is, from Fallowfield to Kitchen on the left. They try and switch the play. Kitchen will come forward into midfield. His touch gets away from him, then he's caught by Kretschmar as he slides on his knees. And it's a free kick to York City. Howe to Hunt. Hunt, long ball over the top, looking for Newby on the left. Good tracking there by Hutchison, but he's going to reach Newby by the corner flag. He turns his man. Just can't find Dan Batty. He gets a second opportunity to lay it off to Banks. Back it goes to Kitchen. Kitchen now to Banks. Banks forward. Hunt tries a little flick to find Stones. It doesn't come off, and the blue shirts have it once more on the edge of their own penalty area. Ball forward on this left-hand side. That's overhit though, and Stuart Maynard lets that drift into touch. Thought he was going to catch it as it went through his technical area, but he leaves it round the back of the electronic advertising holdings. It goes. Ryan Fallowfield needs a new ball. I'm told those screens will be expected still to be here on Tuesday night, and then will be going, the electronic advertising holdings, or at least will be going for now. And they're hoping to bring back some more in the not too distant future that are slightly smaller These are very tall. They have been pushed back, so we now can see the whole of the pitch. But I think the new ones that are going to be installed at whatever point that is, I imagine before the Super League season the Knights are in next season, they're going to be 90 centimetres tall, so that little bit easier for people who are sitting down towards the front to be for to see what's going on, at least not have their view obstructed as they have been for the last 3 or 4 games.
They are a really good addition, but you're right, they just need to be a little bit smaller for the setup here.
Banks is fouled in midfield, and that'll be a free kick to York just short of halfway. And it goes across to Howe. Howe now gives it to Hunt. He can come forward inside left. Goes wide left to Kitchen. Kitchen goes back to Callum Howe. 4-0, 7 minutes to go. Hunt has the option of a long crossfield ball, decides against it and gives it to Batty. Gets it back off him, does Alex Hunt. Now to Batty. Back once more to Hunt. Hunt lays it off to Fallowfield, and Fallowfield will go back to Batty. City just content to knock it around at the back here. Josh Stones is getting even more annoyed, I'm guessing, up front, because he's getting absolutely no service here. So this is my moment to shine, but I need the ball.
Oh, he's not been booked yet.
That's true, Ian. Very good. Batty, long diagonal ball. It's over here. It doesn't find Ryan Fallowfield. But this isn't helping Josh Stones, is it? I know it's how they're told to play, but
he's come on. He wants to get involved in the game. He's the kind of player who want to get on, get stuck into the opposition and grab a goal for himself. He's just unlucky at the moment, but it'll come. He's just got to keep working hard, keep his head down, and keep learning.
We saw Wealdstone knocking it around at the back there, and he was running around after all the players by himself, and I heard him, and you could see him turn around and he went, "Come on, boys," as if I need some help here.
Yeah, poor lad. Yeah, but he's just got to be. It's a part of his career. He's just got to keep learning, keep working, and his opportunities will come. There's a good goal scorer in there.
Downfield it goes from Dante Baptiste, the Wealdstone goalkeeper, on the right hand side for Hutchinson. He will try and run at Newby, who's been forced back, gets a cross in, deflects off Newby, and that'll be a corner kick to the away team. 4-0 City lead. Just went to the last 5 minutes.
On the flip side, it's 4-0. If this was 1-0 and you've got Josh Jones on the park, I've just seen him going back there to help out the defence. These are the kind, Josh, yes, he's a goal scorer, he's a striker, but there'll be games where we need him to defend the last 5 or 10 minutes of a match as well. So he's an important cog, and like I say, at some point during the season.
Well, they don't know what they're doing here, City. They're all waving their hands here at Gary Elphick. I'm not sure they know who's supposed to be marking who. He's gone near post as marking zones as Josh Stones, and he's missed his man. The header comes in on goal, and it's over the bar. He's been caught out a couple of times where the opposition have scored goals as Josh Stones. It was a free header in the middle, went back across to his zone, and then he was beaten to it in the air. The header came in on goal and just loops onto the roof of the net. But it was clear, we saw them waving their arms to Gary Elphick. They hadn't sorted out what was happening with the defensive set pieces.
That waters down my theory that he's a good defensive option at corners. But he just got. Had the message not got on to him, maybe? I'm not sure. But you're right, there's people. Alex Hunt in particular was
he was
looking
both arms waving, wasn't doing the full windmill over here.
Need direction.
They should be able to sort out themselves, shouldn't they?
Yes, players have got to take a bit of responsibility themselves as well. And at the very worst, pick a man each.
Hunt can come forward, the big gap in the centre of the field, into the centre circle, over halfway he comes. Tries to lay it off to Stones. Stones is held off by 2 men, didn't give Stones a chance again there, and Wealdstone will come forward, but they've lost control of the ball.
And the referee,
have it at the back.
The referee could have given a free kick to Wealdstone there. He elected not to. I think he just wants this game to been a decent game for him. Good result for York City, and I think probably Wealdstone are ready to go up that or down the road as well.
Kitchen on the left hand side. Newby back once more to Kitchen. Now it's Callum Howe, who came in at half time for Ash Palmer, who picked up a yellow card in the first half if you missed that. Kitchen once more, long ball down the left hand side, looking for Stones, who flicks it on. Don't think Newby's going to get on the end of that. Newby's doing his best to win it back of Hutchinson. Hutchinson, though, comes out on top. Stones puts the block in, throw in to Wealdstone. Again, Stuart Maynard's talking to the fourth official down here.
He's fourth official as well, just to, I suppose they're there to listen, aren't they?
Yeah. Just take the brunt of the managers. Hunt tries to find a red shirt, and all he can do is put that into touch on halfway for a throw in, far side of the field. Baptiste has it at the back.
Just hearing who the new Nottingham Forest manager is.
Sean Dyche.
He
doesn't hang around, does he, Marinakis?
No, he does not. My word. He literally had his burger at lunchtime and chose a new manager in the afternoon.
Well, there were rumours during the week, weren't there? So I'm sure that's been brewing.
Yeah.
Tiencia at the back. Into midfield it comes.
It'll be interesting.
Come forward, does Chinedu.
The Forest like to play football.
Well, yeah.
You know, Dyche
is more of a Nuno, though, isn't he? Let's come back to this game.
Yeah, yes.
Far side of the field.
Interesting stuff. That shows where this game's gone, doesn't it? It's all but done.
It does. Jack Cook comes forward, goes wide right to Kretschmar. He can get a cross in. Callum Howe gets his left foot to it, plays it against his right foot, and he goes out for a corner kick. And this time he's front and centre down here is Gary Elphick on the edge of his technical area giving out instructions. So there's no waving around. Hunt is now talking to, I should say Ryan Fallowfield is talking to Alex Hunt, telling him where he should be. Again, they've gone zonal here of York City with Josh Stones marking that near post in the 6-yard box. Felix goes to try and stop a short corner, and it comes from Kretschmar onto the penalty spot. In the air, one in the air by Berldwine, and he puts it wide of goal. That's another free header. They're not marking well. The City have struggled defensively today. They've given far too many opportunities away to the opposition.
Yeah, but maybe you got to give credit to Wealdstone as well. They've attacked well. They've attacked quite freely. I think their managers come here with the attitude that we're going to have a go, and credit to them. It hasn't worked for them ultimately because they haven't had the quality of the final touch hasn't been there. But yes, they have. You're right. They've had chances.
6 minutes goes up on the board.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of
Kitchen.
6 minutes added time. 6 minutes.
On the left-hand side, Stones has had absolutely nothing to work with since coming on. Ollie can't get possession. Cook has it for the away team.
Just looking at Stones, he does look frustrated.
Telford 4, Scarborough 1. There it is now. Chinedu on the left gets past Banks. Banks does really well though, puts in a sliding tackle, goes straight to a blue shirt to Obiero, and Banks has hurt himself. He's rolling around holding his left leg. I'm not sure It
looked awkward. I don't know if he fell awkwardly there.
Well, yeah, maybe. He didn't look happy.
No, it did. It just sort of.
No, it's fine.
Right. Yeah, I think he's playing per time. Is there any need to play per time?
Today's match sponsor, Persimmon Homes, have selected their Dutch Barn Orchard Vodka York City man of the match.
Yes.
Number 23, Joe Felix.
Well, I wasn't predicting Joe Felix.
No, interesting.
Yeah, I was going Pierce like you, Ian.
Yeah,
that's what I was expecting.
Basically, yeah.
Should have been. I was laughing about something. I don't know if he doesn't think it should have been Joe Felix as well. Who knows?
Yeah. But I've got to say, Joe Felix has been superb down this right-hand side. Most of the match. A couple of his final balls weren't of his quality, but he's been...
Has he run offside here? The Wealdstone man, he hasn't. He's through, wide right, but good tracking back by Callum Howe.
Yeah.
I think he thought it was offside. I thought it was offside. And it allowed Howe to get back in the penalty area. He clears, does Howe. Looking for Stones. Stones flicks it on, but he's got no one to try and flick it on to. Oh, defender's made a mess of it. Can Newby get there first? He can't. Woodman will just lay it off to his goalkeeper. Stones will come and try and close him down. Baptiste clears as far as the man of the match, Joe Felix. Banks to Batty. Batty across to Kitchen. Kitchen back to Batty. He just slows the pace of the game down before giving it back to Mark Kitchen. We've played 2 of the additional 6. City 4, Wealdstone 0. Batty to Howe. Howe once more to Batty. Now to Kitchen. Sends it forward to Newby. Newby comes in field, turns and gives it to Banks. Banks goes back to Hunt. This time to Batty. Back again to Alex Hunt. Now back to the left hand side to Kitchen. All in City's defensive third. Batty. Again, Josh Jones just turns away and looks at the ground, shaking his head. Hunt. He's going to go back to his goalkeeper. Just watch Josh Stones be caddy while City have got it at the back.
Yeah.
He makes a run again. Kitchen keeps hold of it. He now continues to make the under ball. Doesn't come. Now to Ollie it goes. To the left-hand side to Newby. Newby tries to send it down the line, intercepted by Hutchinson, and he can come forward. Has he kept that in play? No, he hasn't. It's gone into touch for a York City throw-in. Look at Josh Jones in the centre of the pitch, and he's just looking over here to his manager as if to say, I am doing everything I possibly can, and yet I'm not being given the ball. In fact, it's not coming within 30 yards of me.
Yeah, but as a young lad, if that's what the manager's asked you to do, you just keep doing it, because eventually it'll come. So he's got to keep doing something and, keep patient.
Hunt, that's a sloppy pass, but Banks makes something of it. Fallowfield goes back to his goalkeeper, and again Stones looks to the ground in the centre circle. I'm laughing. We shouldn't really laugh, because you start to feel a little bit sorry for him. But we said this about Ollie Pearce. He hasn't had the service so far this season that he had last season. So he was making runs and they just weren't seen, or he just wasn't picked out.
Yeah, and you look at the attacking talent in the team, and it's like a conjure, isn't it? Because we've created a lot of chances this afternoon. This could be 5-6.
Now it is ball to Stones. He lays it off nicely to Ollie, then gets on his bike. Ollie through the centre of the field. He's got 4-on-3 here for York City. Ollie to Felix on the right hand side. Tight angle. He's going to have to pull it back. Joe Felix drags it across goal. Intercepted by the defender, who puts it into touch on this near side for a throw in as the linesman slips.
Josh Stones just put his head in his kit. He just wanted Joe Felix to dink it to the back.
Taking the throwing quickly into the box. Hunt drags it across goal. Goalkeeper saves it his near post, and again Josh Jones is frustrated in the 6-yard box, saying I wanted it lifted in.
Yeah. Keep working, young man. It'll come. It will come.
Baldwin on the left. We've got 60 seconds of the added 6 to go. Fallowfield at the back. Can York City eke out one more chance? Can they give something for Stones? Again, he makes the run, he's not found. Banks keeps hold of the ball. Again, he works away. Look at him shaking his head, looking at the pitch. Fallowfield. Batty. Walking pace. Howe. To the left-hand side to Kitchen. Kitchen to Ollie. Back again to Kitchen. Kitchen now to Hunt. Fallowfield. Howe. 30 seconds to go. Callum Howe to Batty. I think you're not going to get this chance, Josh Stones. Hunt. Room for Fallowfield. Can play it to Banks if he wants. He comes into midfield instead to Batty. Batty to Banks. Banks goes back to Fallowfield. City just seeing out the time here. Fallowfield. Now he sends the long ball forward over the head of Felix. Stones can't get there. Referee blows the final whistle. Stones again looks disappointed as he throws his arms up. Not once but twice. Then he shakes hands with a couple of Wealdstone defenders. York City 4, Wealdstone 0. It finishes. Malachi Fagan Walcott getting it all started in the first half. Shortly followed by Ollie Pearce. He got his second in the second period with probably the goal of the match. And then Alex Newby coming in from that left-hand side slipped it past the goalkeeper nicely. 4-0. Relatively straightforward in the end, Ian. Still, you've got to be honest, there were some concerning signs defensively at times in that game. But I think we would all take a 4-0 win when a game that York City actually could have scored a few more than just the 4. Yeah,
I think you summed it up right. We want our team to be attacking, and at times that's going to give the opposition a bit of encouragement. And yes, Wealdstone in that first 10-15 minutes had a couple of chances which they would maybe think they could do better with. But they didn't. And York City, as an offensive team today, were outstanding at times. Some of the chances they were carving Wealdstone open. And 4 goals could easily have been, for me, could have been 5, 6, maybe even 7 on a really good day. I think Stuart Maynard will be overall be happy with his team, but knowing that, we can tighten up a bit at the back. But my word, so clinical at times at York City this afternoon. Fantastic win.
Excellent afternoon for City. They've easily dispatched Wealdstone. They've won by 4 goals to 0, Pete.